for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Looking for some heart-healthy energy? Try supporting your blood pressure with Superbeats Heart Chews. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Superbeats are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. Double your potential with Superbeats Heart Chews. Get a free 30-day supply of Superbeats Heart Chews and 15% off your first order by going to getsuperbeats.com and using code LISTEN. That's getsuperbeets.com, code LISTEN.
Imagine having all the money you need for retirement, all the income, every month, guaranteed. That's Secure Future Investor, an indexed annuity tied to growth in the stock market, but without any risk of loss ever. It's guaranteed money for life income, no matter how long you live. Call 888-509-2228. 888-509-2228. Sponsored by GP Agency, Inc., Raleigh, North Carolina. Licensed in all states. Performance may vary. Consult with your financial professional before making an investment decision.
Keeler Show today. It's time to read the news and weather. Time to figure out what to say. It's time to turn the channel of the Keeler Show today. Why do we always listen? Keeler's always in the know. It makes me want to call him and tell him where to go. And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started. It's time to get things started. On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right. Okay. All right. Test 1, 2. Breaking 1, 4.
Check.
We're live.
And we're live.
I don't think we're on.
On YouTube?
I don't think we're on at all. We can say whatever we want.
Oh, good. Okay. In that case.
The reality is, trust me, we say whatever we want every single day.
Yeah.
On the air, off the air, in the air, on the ground. We're here for you. Speaking of in the air, I'm 4 o'clock this morning. I'm up like, you gotta be kidding me. I could fly on Allegiant to Fort Lauderdale for $49 one way.
Let's go.
It's their Cyber Monday extension sale going on now for the next 18 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Yeah, I've got a cousin in Fort Lauderdale.
I don't know how we'll get back, but we've got one way to Florida for $49.
I'll just show up at his house.
Here's the problem.
I'm here, Mike.
If you don't know Allegiant, and let me see if I can bring up the email. Are you familiar with Allegiant? Have you flown Allegiant? First of all, it's an uncomfortable ride.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically another Frontier.
I'm sorry I'm not talking about the weather and being over-obsessed with it. There's a full moon out there right now. The skies are clear, but that's how this lake effect works, right?
Yep.
1 minute it's clear, the next minute, boom, you're getting pounded.
The calm before the storm.
But I don't think we're going to get it that badly. All right, here's my Cyber Monday moment at 4 o'clock this morning. Sale extended 1 day for Travel Tuesday. Tomorrow is Travel Tuesday. Did you know that?
Today is Travel Tuesday.
Oh, you're right. Today's Tuesday.
Today is the day you should
This
travel.
email, oh, yeah, this was sent to me just before midnight. Okay, so sale extended for 1 day. Fly nonstop from Syracuse to Fort Lauderdale for $42.
Wow.
I mean, that's unbelievable, right?
That's the if you want to get out of New York for good deal.
It'll cost you more to drive to New York City at the end of the day with a tank of gas and the bridge tolls.
And when you stop and get food along the way.
17 hours, 36 minutes, and 40 seconds left on this deal. So get it while you can. Go to AllegiantAir.com. But here's the problem. If you're familiar with Allegiant, you know exactly. By the way, here are the prices. Syracuse to Fort Lauderdale here on Travel Tuesday, $42. Syracuse to Nashville, $38. Syracuse to Fort Myers and Punta Gorda, $38. Myrtle Beach, $49. Sarasota, $54. From Syracuse to Tampa, $48. And you can go right into Orlando for $62.
That, is unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, the problem is that there are limits. So let's go to and serious limits. You have to be kind of versatile. So here is and believe me, I'm very versatile. Mm-hmm. It's my wife who's straight and narrow. So now, here's the problem. The ticket must be used. You have to fly Monday, April 15th, into Fort Lauderdale, and then you could return on the 29th, Monday the 29th.
Okay.
All right. Now, the flight on the way home is going to be a little more expensive, it looks like. So it looks like the flight home would be $180. But that's still, so you add the 180 to the 42, that's still really good. Mm-hmm. But here's the problem with Allegiant. They only fly on Mondays, I think, and Fridays.
Yeah, they have weird days.
Yeah.
Same with Frontier.
Other than that, they don't fly.
Yeah.
So you have to go, but you could take another, the way to do it is to fly Allegiant down
right,
and then fly another airline back if you don't want to stay the full 7 days. Anyway.
Because God forbid you miss the flight.
Right.
On the Monday.
Right.
You could probably get one later in the day, but still.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, and the other thing about Allegiant, sometimes they'll cancel the flight, not cancel it, but they'll delay it. You'll be sitting there all day long.
That's why you want to get, I think, the earliest flight. That's what I've been
always
told
get
when
the
you're
earliest
flying.
Flight. Yep.
One
the
of those
early
discount
flights
airlines.
almost always leave on time.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of the day, they're backed up.
Yeah.
Today, there is a winter weather advisory. We're calling for 3 to 6 inches, but much more as you go to the north. So the North Country, over a foot of snow. So
they already got pretty
snow.
hit in some areas.
They did. This really began hitting them yesterday. I was getting some pictures yesterday that I didn't get to necessarily, but they looked like they already had about 4 or 5 inches on the ground.
Yeah, up in Long
Lake. We saw some pictures yesterday. I have some more stories on crazy airline story. People go nuts. Like a guy who tried to use the emergency exit and actually succeeded. Luckily, they were still on the ground, but he fell out of the plane right to the ground. Yeah.
Oh my
the plane wasn't moving. It was still on the tarmac, but, there's nowhere to go. Boom. That's like a 6 or 8 foot, 10-foot fall right there.
My goodness.
What an idiot.
He should have flown.
Yesterday, it was announced. Actually, there was a vote. I watched this whole thing go down.
This is crazy. Expected, I think.
The Utica School District has fired Bruce Karam. And I find it kind of first of all, let's not forget that since October 2022, the district has been paying for Bruce Karam and for an interim or acting superintendent. Acting is what they were paying for.
Yeah.
So you're basically paying double for a superintendent. So at some point, this thing had to end. Now, here's the part that some people are forgetting. Yesterday, Don Dawes and, God, Bob, why? Why put me in this position?
Well, as he told me, the council has advised all board members not to make comments.
Well, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And they can't make comments. But I'm just saying, Bob, why would you vote against this? Well, he's my friend, and his mother coddled me in her arms. Remember that, Davey?
Yeah, that's a great, yeah. Oh, God.
I'm still trying to do the math on that. But let me just say, if it was just first of all, any teacher, any custodian, any music teacher, English teacher, any lunch lady, if they were arrested by the comptroller's office and the Oneida County DA's office on charges of grand larceny for stealing funds from the district, they would immediately be fired.
Oh, it wouldn't even be a question.
You would not wait for the verdict. You would not wait for the trial. You would just say, this has brought shame onto. There's an ethics clause, especially if you're working under a contract like Mr. Karam was working under, and I would say probably still is in post-employment, where he's probably I don't know, will he sue? Probably,
most likely.
But here's the issue. It's not just about that. It is the all of what happened before the arrest. Don Dawes, I don't want to call him. I'm not going to call him an idiot.
No.
But you look like one when you say what you say. For God's sakes, your oath to the district is to the students and the taxpayers, not to the former superintendent. Bob. Well, I mean, I could see Bob didn't want to do it, but he could just see the coddling probably in his arms. He was coddled. He probably looked up at her when he was just a mere couple of months old and was like, I'll always protect your son, who's, I don't know. You know, if I'm ever in a position where I'll be there to, Bob, what are you doing?
I know someday I'm going to call you, Bob.
So the point that I'm making here is, if this was just about the arrest, then Don Dawes' statement that listen, he deserves due process, he deserves his day in court, that's perfectly fine. But you now have two administrators who have made major accusations against him, creating a hostile work environment. You have leaked audio tapes all over the place where he's calling people the F word in so many different ways.
Yeah.
There are three different ones, including the word fat. Like, you know, she's fat, she's ugly. He's, slurs involving homosexuality. I mean, all this stuff is going on in meetings, in school meetings, official school meetings. And somebody taped it. So you have that evidence. That's real evidence. It is evidence. And then in addition to that, you have an independent investigator who went in and did an investigation and came back with the Roman thumbs down on Bruce Karam. You have that entire report. They've seen the report. It's terrible. Any superintendent would be fired over that report alone. So it's not just the arrest. You have now that report, and now he's been arrested for stealing funds. You know what? It's time we part ways. Don Dawes, I'm not saying you're an idiot. You just look like one. And Bob, I like Bob. I don't know if Don Dawes, to be honest with you. I could probably like him too. But this is ridiculous. That should have been a unanimous vote, because your responsibility is to the students and not to your friend, longtime friend. This guy has been arrested for stealing from the district and all of this other stuff that the investigator found that he did. Gone. Easy. That's very simple. Yeah. Oh, I think he deserves his day in court. Shut up! That's what I was thinking about this morning.
that cheap flight down to Fort Lauderdale.
Give me a break.
I know.
I'd like to buy them both tickets for $49 on Allegiant. Fly you off one way to Fort Lauderdale and don't come back.
Well, not to mention,
You've got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me? You vote no and say he deserves his day in court so the district can continue to pay him month after month? Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? Bob, what the hell, man? I just can't believe it. Bob, I'm so disappointed. It's terrible. We'll talk more about it. I'd love to get your opinion. I know it's going to agree with mine, unless you're Bob and Don.
or Mr. Karam, in fairness.
And, if I'm Karam, why didn't you take the deal they were offering you a year ago? You'd have been out of this. Probably it never would have gotten to the comptroller's office. You probably never would have been arrested. You wouldn't have been there for Lulapola's little, well, I guess he was there for that fundraiser that went into his pockets or elsewhere. So, allegedly. So I just don't understand. I do not understand. It's Utica. This type of Utica is long gone. It's in the history books. It's ugly. We put it in a time capsule in 1970 and just dug it and stuck it in the ground. And you brought it right back here, right in the forefront. It's terrible. Speaking of that, here's a guy that could live in Utica, George Santos. He'd fit in perfectly here.
Here's a winner.
He's a liar. He's a cheat. And he won't go away.
He's a big fan of OnlyFans.
Ryan, and he's an OnlyFans fan.
Subscriber.
Ryan Schmelz on right now from Fox News Radio. Good morning, Ryan. Please take over.
I tell you what, I'm getting mentally ready for this one. You guys are on a roll today.
I'm losing my stuff right now. I mean, thank God you're here. Thank God you're ready to.
You're reeling us in here.
Oh, I mean, just imagine you have one of the six, I believe, the sixth largest school districts in New York State, and the superintendent has been fired for stealing money, charged with stealing money. Prior to that, he was calling people the F word, and the other F word in meetings. He was calling people fat, picking on them for their homosexuality. I mean, and a report came back, independent investigator came back and confirmed these things. And they still want to keep him. Only in Utica.
Well, I mean, we are seeing something like that in Congress, I guess. You have this independent report from the House Ethics Committee come out and pretty much in many ways make similar allegations to what the indictment is against Representative George Santos. But the only problem is you do have some members of Congress who still believe that conviction is, the precedent that should be set for expelling a member of Congress. And that's been a question we've been pressing to members who want to see Santos expelled is, well, keep in mind expulsion is very rare. I believe he would only be the sixth person ever to be expelled from Congress. Other people who were expelled from Congress were members of the Confederacy or they had been indicted or convicted of a crime. And that has not happened with Representative Santos. So there is this little bit of dilemma here where, yes, there are some serious accusations against him, but at the same time, he hasn't had his day truly in court yet,
right.
But the House Ethics Committee does have an investigation that's been completed that does have some serious accusations against him.
Well, if you're the members of the House, if you're the Congressional Republican Committee, you realize there's a big election coming up. You don't want him around, right? You want him to go away, but then you're stuck with this whole conviction thing. They could vote on this as early as this Thursday, right?
It could be as early as today if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it's probably unrealistic for it to happen today as of right now. I think, yes, Wednesday or Thursday might be a little bit more realistic at this point. Santos is expected to have a press conference Thursday morning. And we really don't have any clarity of when this is going to happen just yet. Speaker Johnson said that he spoke to Santos over the weekend and over the holiday to talk about what his options were. He said it still remains to be seen when they're going to have a vote. But Santos did come out yesterday on his Twitter account and set the record straight, saying that he does plan on standing for his expulsion vote. So resignation was something that we saw floated around. It doesn't look like that's going to happen right now.
I think he almost came out and implied he will not step down. He will not resign.
That's what it looked like yesterday on his X account. It looked like he said that he plans on standing for this expulsion vote. He wants to see where everybody stands on this issue and see who's willing to, like he said, set or change the precedent. So, yes, it looks like resignation is not going to be that option.
Wow. And, it almost there are times when I watch him in interviews. Interviews are quite interesting with him. And, everybody's around him. I think he loves that. As everybody crowds around him and throws their mics into his face, I think there's a love of that because he certainly is not shying away from it one bit. And but it does seem that he can just say whatever comes to his mind, and if it's a lie, it does not bother him one bit. He just runs with it, and he does it with great confidence.
Well, one thing that's interesting is that when you look at the report that came up from the House Ethics Committee, there's a section in there where they talk about bringing him in for an interview, and it says in there that even if he were to give a testimony, it wouldn't have that much evidentiary value. And so when I was interviewing the House Ethics Committee chairman about this and asking what does that mean, he pretty much said that, look, based off of some of the statements he's made in the past and the alleged lies that he's had in the past, I felt like a lot of us would have been very skeptical of everything he was saying if he was brought in for an interview. And Michael Guest, the chairman of this committee, said, hey, I would have listened to it. I wouldn't have discredited his testimony, but I would have still been very skeptical of everything he was saying.
It is interesting. There's a clip that's going around TikTok of Kennedy interviewing him earlier in the year and asking him if he knows what OnlyFans is, and he's completely denying it. And even then, Kennedy is like, under her breath, was like, "Oh my God, you cannot tell the truth. It's impossible for you to tell the truth." And it does seem that way. He has no credibility anymore. And I mean, just the stuff about his mother. It wasn't as if mother was in the World Trade Center during 9/11. It turns out she never even was in there, and all of these terrible things that's just the beginning of it all.
Yeah, and he claimed that he was Jewish, but then came out and said, I'm Jew-ish, and some other statements like that. I mean, yes, it's a long list of alleged lies that he has told over the last, couple of years. And, of course, it's put Republicans in a unique situation. And obviously you've seen some of the biggest charges to remove him from office have come from New York Republicans and also New York Democrats. We should probably make that clear, too. But, his own delegation has been probably some of the most aggressive when it comes to trying to remove him from office. And I think the big question is, does this ethics committee report and having the chairman of the committee being the one to file the expulsion resolution, does that give the next expulsion attempt the added credibility it needs to get enough members of Congress on board? Because they need a 2/3 majority.
Yeah, the reality is, whether we're talking about Santos or anybody else, let's not forget that this is no small undertaking. This is a major – you are expelling someone that the public voted into office. That is a big deal and should not be taken lightly.
Yeah, no, and I mean, he's got a whole another year of his term left to fulfill. So, of course, there's always the question marks there. But I think they could easily come back and make the argument, well, when he was elected to office, we didn't know all this stuff about him. So it's a little bit of a different scenario in that regard.
I'm not Jewish. What I meant was I'm Jewish. I think you have to add a Y to that to make that actually work. Like I'm not Irish. I'm Irishy. Right? You'd have to add another letter to make that actually work, I think. All right. Interesting stuff. I'm glad you calmed me down, Ryan. Thank you.
It's always great to be on, guys. Thank you so much, and I hope all of you had a great Thanksgiving.
As well. I hope you did, and thank you. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon. Thank you. Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio, and, I mean, who would say such a thing?
George Santos.
George Santos. Well, I have some comments already. Bill, watch your blood pressure. Yeah. You're telling me. This is crazy. Let's see. Mike this morning says those low rates you're talking about are really made for young people who have very flexible schedules and very flexible bodies to deal with the bad seats. It is so true. Those seats are so thin. It's almost like you're sitting on a folding chair.
Yeah, like remember you're sitting in the upper section of the Carrier Dome?
Yes.
Dome.
You're right. It's very much like that.
It's like that. Well, that's what you do.
No
You get
padding.
You get one neck pillow for your neck, and then you sit on one. That's the trick.
You're right. Also, Santos is the gift that keeps on giving for Democrats. Yeah, I believe it is probably true. Donna this morning said on the Utica School District thing, the first thing I said was, who voted no? And my question, are these two also somehow involved? Well, Donna, it's a great question. And I think I wrote an opinion piece that's up on our website right now that does talk about that. I mean, you got to ask, what are you, well, I mean, Bob has already said it's because his mom held him in her arms when he was just a baby. That's Bob's reason. I don't know Don Dawes. But you wonder, are they, at this point, there's nothing left to protect, right? At this point, you're simply protecting the salary that's still coming in.
I mean, that's the thing. So it's almost a little bit more egregious that they would hope that he'd be allowed to take more taxpayer funds to defend the charges against him.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Chuck Lester this morning piping in. When you had Stevens on, the mayor, that is the current mayor of Ilion, before the election in Ilion, he said he never read and wouldn't read the almost 200-page report to the conduct of Conover. And Bill didn't call him out like he did with the school board knuckleheads. Conover has since moved out of Ilion. Listen, I had a really nice conversation with Mr. Conover, and it was completely off the record. In fact, we were both at a wedding, and that's where it wasn't anything that was formal, and it was just a really good conversation. And
this
also
is the fire department issue?
And also, Ilion. And also, my dad worked with him in Remington Arms years ago. So I've heard nothing bad about him whatsoever, only good things. So that's all I can say. I don't know anything about any of that. And as for that issue, when someone says to you, I never read the report, we said, you never read it? Nope, I've never read it. Well, I got to tell you, based on Chuck, I'm sorry, I believe what the mayor said when he said, I've never read it. I refuse to read it. Don't show me that. I don't want to see it. And knowing him, I feel like that's kind of his way. Now, at that point, it's up to the public to say, are you telling me that you're now the mayor and you've never read this? That's kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's something that could be financially a liability for the village. No, I never read it, so I took his word for it. But we never had any of the school board people saying, no, I didn't do this. No, I didn't do that. They wouldn't come on the air to talk to us. We just had people sending in anonymous tapes and audio. We were able to authenticate that audio. And there he was, Bruce Karam, in the meeting, in the board meeting, confirmed, 2 sources confirming the authenticity of those tapes. There he is calling people very disparaging and in some cases homophobic and racial slurs. I mean, I don't compare the two at all. I don't know what happened inside the meeting or inside what happened at the fire department. Although we did end up getting the report, but now everybody's gone, right?
Yep,
everybody's out of there.
They're out of there.
What else? 3 to 6 inches we mentioned today. There is a dog flu going around. Have you read any of this?
I heard a report about it over the Thanksgiving holiday.
So I'd like
out
to
of
see
Kansas, right? Is where it's kind of originated.
I'd like to see if it's possible for us to get a veterinarian in to discuss this, because the word is this could be very dangerous to your dog, and it is it's like a flu, and not that it's going to be anything dangerous to you, but it could very well be dangerous to the health and well-being of your dog.
Well, as a owner of a dog, we're always worried about that, stuff like that, and we're very overprotective, so I don't want my girlfriend to hear this.
And I do believe that it is just dogs. It's not like it's going to go to a cat or anything like that. These are dogs. Okay, we have a couple of delays here this morning. Adirondack Central School is on a 2-hour delay. No AM BOCES. They're getting snow up there already. Webb Union Free School District is on a 2-hour delay this morning. The word is this snow is not supposed to begin down here in the valley. Utica, Rome, New Hartford, the valley, all the same. It's really not supposed to start until after 10 o'clock this morning. The bulk of this probably will affect people and students on their way home from school. I would imagine that's where you got to kind of keep an eye on things.
Probably have after-school activies in a lot of places.
I would think that maybe in a bit of jeopardy, and of course on your ride home from work as well. 3 to 6 inches for us. If you're a skier or a snowmobiler, you may want to plan something for the weekend, because there's going to be a lot of new snow up north, especially in the Tug Hill area. Quick break. We'll come right back here. It is Tuesday morning. We have a full program blocked out for you. I don't know if you watched TV last night, but it happened. Tom Nitti New York State Trooper and amazing singer, guitarist, Tom Nitti has left The Voice. Is it The Voice that he's on? Yeah,
The
Voice.
Yeah. But not because he was eliminated.
We'll explain when we come right back here. Hold on. And we'll speak with Tom later on this morning. It's 6:48 right now at WIBX.
We all like convenience, right? ATMs, takeout food, drive-through pharmacies. Now, Bremer's is making it just as convenient to enjoy your favorite wines and spirits with Bremer's to go. It's simple. Place your order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 on your first order with our mobile app. Order before 5 p.m. for pickup the same day. Hey, you could even call us when you get to the store and we'll bring your order right out and load it in the car for you. Now that's convenience. Maybe you're planning a party. Maybe you want to stock up on your favorite wines. Or you just want to save time when you're out and about. Whatever the reason, at Bremer's, we're all about incredible customer service. So when you're on the go, we are too. Order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 with our mobile app. Order before 5 p.m. for pickup the same day. It's Bremer's to go, available 7 days a week from Bremer's Wine and Liquor on Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
Hi, I'm Scott Hayes.
And I'm Jill Hayes from New York Sash. You know, honey, I used to dread winter, but now I don't mind it.
Really? Why?
Because I finally trained you to take your shoes off when you come in the house.
What? I thought we were going to talk about our triple pane windows.
I am, like the fact that we install them any time of year.
That's true. And they're custom built for our harsh winters, so they'll help keep you comfortable and help keep your heating costs down.
Right. And we install them anytime.
They look incredible. They're easy to clean.
Right. And we install them year-round.
And we'll never pressure you. Just come down to our showroom and see all the options. And then, whenever you're ready, we'll come out and replace those old drafty windows, even in the middle of winter.
And we'll never track mud or snow through your house.
Oh, I see where you were going.
Let our family take care of your family. Come see us at the New York Sash Idea and Design Center on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro. And you can leave your shoes on.
Are you or a loved one dealing with physical issues? Are you about to have a corrective surgery? Be prepared and take the stress out of recovery. Visit Home and Hospital Medical Supply in the new Hartford Shopping Center. From mobility aids to home safety equipment, they carry it all. Whether it's a heating pad for back relief or a knee brace for that sports injury, they now even have light therapy equipment to fight seasonal depression. Home and Hospital Medical Supply. Care with convenience. Online at hnhmedicalny.com.
How would you like to come home to a bartender who will fix you any cocktail you want?
I'll have an old-fashioned.
I'll have a margarita.
Now you can with the Bartesian Home Cocktail Maker. Bartesian is a sleek machine the size of a coffee maker that makes premium cocktails at the touch of a button. Choose from over 50 different cocktails, from classics to the most exotic premium cocktails served in the best bars today. You'll always get freshly mixed, perfectly balanced cocktails with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. And now, get Bartesian's best holiday deal ever when you go to bartesian.com/sips. Entertaining? The Bartesian is ideal for parties. No need to stock all kinds of individual mixers for complicated recipes. Every guest gets the cocktail of their choice in seconds. The Bartesian makes a wonderful gift for anyone who loves a fine premium cocktail. Now get Bartesian's best holiday deal ever. It's available right now only at bartesian.com/sips. That's BARTESIAN.com/sips for Bartesian's best holiday deal ever. Only at bartesian.com/sips.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
I want to tell you this Friday night, 7 to 10, Station 233, the Simple Bar, bring new twin-size comforters, twin-size bed-in-a-bag sets, and standard-size pillows for item collection. They're going to be collecting over there the Dusty Puppies, which is Dave Olney's band. And they're doing a performance from 7 to 10. That's over there on Route 233.
Yeah, right across from 7 Hamlets.
Yeah, it's nice in there. And
really nice.
It's kind of the fire department hangout.
Yeah.
So a lot of firefighters go there. They have a lot of firefighter memorabilia and stuff on the walls. And the food is good. The drinks are good. It's a nice place. Sleep in heavenly peace. No kids sleep on the floor in our town. And that's what this is all about. They make the beds, but they need bedding for this holiday season. So if you bring, the best way to do it is to go in to one of these stores or go on Amazon, however you do it. I swear to God, we don't buy anything in stores anymore. And you buy a bed in a bag for a twin-size bed. Add the pillow and the pillowcase and all that, and bring it with you. Bring more than one with you. It is Friday night. Also this weekend is the Teddy Bear Toss on Friday.
I know. It's going to
be the New York Sash Teddy Bear Toss. And we'll speak with Katie Riley from New York Sash a little later on this morning about that. And UC Pioneers, first goal scored. Throw your teddy bear onto the ice.
Yeah, and you mentioned back to the bed in a bag thing. I mean, if you order it from Amazon today, you'll probably get it well before the event.
That's unbelievable, right? Order something on a Saturday, you have it Monday.
Yep.
It's crazy. Did you see what the Turning Stone did on Sunday? They got everybody nuts on their Twitter page, or X. And they put up a whole bunch of cryptic messages, and it led people to believe that something Taylor Swift was about to happen.
Oh, my goodness.
So the message was, we've got a big reputation, and then it included a black heart emoji and a black and white photo of the casino with the TS logo in it. So they're like, oh, my God, is Taylor Swift coming to the Turning Stone? Turns out they were just playing with the whole Turning Stone, TS, Taylor Swift. They were playing with that, and the fact that they have
they disappointed thousands.
Great new rooms available for the holiday season. They had it, not thousands. They generated 1.5 million views on Twitter since Sunday night, with screenshots on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Those
people they go nuts.
Those Swifties, I'm telling you, it's almost, and I know a lot of people are, so I don't want to offend them, but it's almost cult-like to the level of fandom that these people have for this.
It's
this
unbelievable.
Artist. I mean, Travis Kelce's jersey sales skyrocketed because she was at one of his games.
Yeah.
People who probably never watched football before, they went out and bought a Travis Kelce jersey.
His college in Cincinnati put his college jersey up. It sold out in 3 days.
I mean,
these Taylor Swift fans went nuts over Kelce.
Who've been to the concert in person still spent top dollar to go and see the same concert they saw live in a theater.
And it's going to be released online. It'll be online to be able to watch it in the comfort of your own home. That's going to sell out.
God bless her, though.
Yeah, she's made a lot of money. Anyway, turns out not true. The Turning Stone was just having a little fun, and it worked. They have been that is a promotion that worked. 1.5 million views on Twitter alone, or X. Yeah, you're a big Taylor Swift fan, Davey.
I like one song.
What's your favorite song?
Red.
Okay.
Not a bad one.
What do you have, Andrew?
Somebody texting in to remind me that snowmobile trails, unfortunately, cannot open until hunting season is over. So while we're getting the snow now, most snowmobilers will have to hold off until...
I'm sorry, I did not know that.
Until the bullets stop flying.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
However, if you like to ski... the
slopes are open.
You'll have plenty of opportunity up north. Apparently, Dolly Parton getting a lot of complaints about her cheerleading outfit. The woman is 77 years old. She's in a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader outfit, and she looks like she belongs in it.
Mm-hmm.
You saw it, Davey, during the Dallas game.
Yeah, she looked kind of good.
I mean, there was a little something going on there for Davey.
No.
The haters were not okay with 77-year-old Dolly Parton wearing a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader outfit during her performance on Thanksgiving. Her ageism is being called out by Whoopi Goldberg and Sonny Hostin of The View. They were just livid over the whole thing. Here's audio. Coming right up. It'll happen sometime soon. And apparently it is not going to play for me.
Very good opinion, Whoopi.
Yeah, it's a very good opinion. Let's try it again and see if it'll play.
77-year-old superstar Dolly Parton stole the show on Thanksgiving at the Cowboys Commanders game dressed as a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. But some critics told her to act her age. Bite me. I hate it.
As far as Dolly is concerned, if I look like that in one of them cowboy things, I might have everything out.
Well, there you go.
Alrighty
these
then.
women on The View, they are wild ones. They are pretty wild. And I got to say, I thought she sounded incredible. She's in her 70s, and it's amazing. Here's something to keep in mind. Apparently, this couple was in a motel or a hotel motel in the Syracuse area, and they were there put up by the county. That's where that'll happen if someone becomes homeless. Well, they were being evicted by the motel. So the motel, in order to evict them, decided, fine, you won't leave? We want them out. They won't leave. So they shut off the heat. So the woman called 911 and said, they turned off my heat. And the 911 operators said, I'm sorry, it's a civil matter. You have to take that up with an attorney. And they didn't send police. Turns out New York State has said that's wrong. You shouldn't have done that. It is a criminal matter. In New York State, a landlord or a hotel, a motel, they cannot evict you by shutting off your services.
Well, New York State's not too friendly to landlords.
The next 911 call is going to be like, they turned off my cable. I can't watch The Voice. Well, we'll send the police right over.
Yeah, they will.
So it turns out, though, that they cannot shut off the heat. Now, I do have to say, this couple had a child in the room as well. So, that makes it even more difficult. But it doesn't matter. The kid doesn't matter. Kid or no kid, you're not allowed to shut off the heat. So keep that in mind. And there was a guy. Let's see. Oh, the word of the year is out. Let's go with that one. The word of the year is out, and it's more of a phrase as far as I'm concerned. It involves deep fakes, artificial intelligence. I guess the word is authentic cuisine, authentic voice. It's authentic with anything else. Your authentic self. That is, apparently it's a word that goes with another word to become Webster's word of the year. Kind of odd, I would say. Got a break, though. We have news straight ahead here. We'll talk about the weather in just a minute as well. WIBX Utica Rome. It's 7 o'clock.
The ceasefire continues in Gaza. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Now in day 5, hopefully we will see some more hostages brought home today.
Israeli Defense Forces Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner. The plan is for Hamas to set free 20 more hostages today and tomorrow in exchange for more Palestinian prisoners.
The doctor here giving us an update on those that were released last night, saying that some of the children were malnourished and that they were asking for specific food when they were released. We've also heard similar reports from other hostages that were released in recent days.
Fox's Trey Yingst also reports more kids remain captives.
Hamas armed militants inside Gaza are holding months-old babies as leverage in this conflict that they started.
That includes a 10-month-old boy Israel says Hamas has transferred along with his parents to another terror group. Ifat Zayler is the boy's great aunt. She just told Fox.
It's horrible. I can't say we are surprised about the level of cruelty and inhumane behavior from Hamas.
An American journalist jailed as a spy in Russia since March will remain behind bars. A court in Moscow extending Evan Gershkovich's detention to January. He and the Wall Street Journal deny he's a spy, demanding his release. 41 construction workers in India trapped underground more than 2 weeks after a tunnel collapsed are about to be rescued.
So-called rat miners, experts at working in confined tunnels, have drilled through rocks and debris. We're told that one at a time, the unlucky workers will be winched out on stretchers.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. There'll be no classes at Southeast Raleigh High School in North Carolina. The day after a student was stabbed in a fight in the gym, then died at a hospital. Another teen's in custody.
A woman who identified herself as the suspect's mother told WRAL this, quote, "The whole situation is terrible. I feel bad for the other family, but in return, I feel bad for my son because he was fighting for his life."
That's Fox's Alexandria Hoff. America's listening to Fox News.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Testosterone levels are at an all-time low. Individual T levels decline 1% every year.
Chalk, CHOQ, is the new champion of natural testosterone boosters. Chalk's main ingredient is clinically studied to naturally boost testosterone 20% in 90 days. Supercharge your masculinity and boost your daily energy with Chalk's Male Vitality Stack. For a limited time, our listeners will get 30% off at CHOQ.com with promo code USA. CHOQ.com, code USA.
Good morning, WIBX 950 News Time, 7:03. I'm Andrew Derminio. Right now, we're at 28 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the mad dash to save cash during the My Carl's Holiday Super Sale. Glam vanities with mirrors, dining sets, rocker recliners, and more. Keep more jingle in your pocket at My Carl's New Hartford Shopping Center. The Utica City School District has announced the firing of now former Superintendent Bruce Karam. During a special meeting yesterday, the school board decided Karam would be relieved of his duties after being arrested for allegedly using public money to support a charity and political campaigns. Karam held the position for more than a decade and had been on administrative leave since last October. Kathleen Davis is going to serve as interim superintendent until a permanent replacement is found. The suspect accused of shooting 3 college students of Palestinian descent in Vermont has ties to Syracuse. Authorities say 48-year-old Jason Eaton recently arrived in Burlington from central New York. The Boy Scouts of America has also confirmed Eaton served as a volunteer with a unit in Syracuse. He's facing 3 counts of attempted murder for opening fire towards the students. All of the victims remain hospitalized. With the cold winter months just around the corner, New York State is releasing $100 million to improve the safety of roads that are impacted by severe weather. Repaving projects will take place at over 60 locations statewide, including locally in Madison counties. In recent years, there has been a focus on making highways and roads safer and more efficient. Governor Hochul says these new investments will ensure roads are resilient in the face of extreme weather. According to a new report, fans of the Syracuse University football team may not have to wait much longer to find out who the program's new football coach is. Sources tell the Post-Standard that SU is finalizing an agreement to hire Georgia defensive backs coach Fran Brown. ESPN also says that Holy Cross head coach Bob Chesney and Toledo head coach Jason Candle were finalists for the job. Whoever is picked will take over for Dino Babers, who was terminated earlier this month. And one of the biggest stars in the world of country music is bringing his tour to Syracuse next year. Jason Aldean is scheduled to perform at the Empower Federal Credit Union Amphitheater at Lakeview on July 11th. Aldean is a multi-Grammy Award nominee and is known for such hits as Dirt Road Anthem and Night Train. Tickets will go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. on the singer's official website. WIBX 950 News Time is 7:06. Your weather forecast is according to Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint.
I'm Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint in the WIBX Weather Center. Today, late snow, brief squalls drift south to near the thruway by midday into early afternoon. Areas of blowing snow, windy and cold, a high near 30. Tonight, lake snow and snow showers, 3 to 6 inches of accumulation locally by Wednesday morning, 1 to 2 feet to the north, a low near 20. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WUTR. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
Your weather forecast brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. 25 degrees now under mostly cloudy skies. It is 7:06. Sports brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. The Syracuse Orange basketball team will try to extend their record of 5-2 tonight. They're going to be playing LSU. That game starts at 7 o'clock on ESPN2. You heard it right here on WIBX last night. Justin Fields marched his team down the field in the final minutes of Chicago's 12-10 win over the Vikings on Monday Night Football in Minnesota. The Vikings took a 10-9 lead with under 6 minutes left in regulation when Josh Dobbs hit TJ Hawkinson for a go-ahead score. And Fields lost a fumble on Chicago's next drive. However, the Bears forced a 3-and-out to get one more possession, and it was a field goal that finally did it. Carolina Panthers looking for a new head coach. The franchise announced the firing of Frank Reich the day after a 17-10 loss against the Titans. The Panthers, who have a 1-10 record this season, say special teams coordinator Chris Tabor will serve as the interim head coach. The team is assured a 6th straight losing season since owner David Tepper bought the franchise 5 years ago for more than $2 billion. Meanwhile, the New York Giants confirmed via their general manager Joe Schoen Monday they're sticking with Daniel Jones as their starter. Schoen confirmed that when Jones is healthy, he will once again be the team's starting quarterback. The 26-year-old tore the ACL in his right knee earlier this month against the Raiders and had surgery last week. WIBX 950 News Time, 7:08.
The New York Sash Teddy Bear Toss is Friday night at the Adirondack Bank Center. You can check that out. Tickets available. All you have to do is go over to New York Sash and at their showroom, their design showroom. I'll get the exact title. I should know it by now, right? I've talked about it enough. Just go to New York Sash at their showroom and request a pair of tickets to Friday night's game. It's the 19th annual New York Sash Teddy Bear Toss this Friday at 7 p.m. The Utica Pioneers playing at the Adirondack Bank Center. When Utica scores, goal number 1. You'll have the chance, bring a teddy bear with you, stuffed animals, that sort of thing. You can throw them onto the ice when they score the first goal. New York Sash friends and family collect the bears, bring them to their showroom to sort them out, then distribute them to thousands of local kids the holiday season. If you don't have a ticket to the big game Friday night, stop into New York Sash in the showroom, request a pair while supplies last. You can also drop off teddy bears and toys and all that right at the New York Sash showroom. Just make sure they are new. It's the 19th annual New York Sash Teddy Bear Toss, Friday night at 7 at the Adirondack Bank Center with the Utica Pioneers. 7:09. Coming up, we'll talk to Dr. Kent Hall and get the latest from MVHS. Also, a lot of people right now at this time getting sick, and a lot of times it's non-COVID related, right?
Yeah,
there's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
other things out
There's
there.
a lot of that going on. We'll speak with the doctor and get an update at the new Wynn Hospital as well. 7:10 right now at WIBX.
Come on down and get no money down leases on over 400 new Kias.
During the Kia Season of Giving Back sales event.
Like a new 2023 Kia Forte LXS that gets 39 miles per gallon highway for only $340 in a month for 36 months.
With 0 down, 0 due at inception, and sales tax included.
Now that's a kooky deal if I've ever heard one.
Only at the all-new Destination Kia of Utica.
Where you can choose from over 400 new Kias in one location. Now that's kooky.
So go kooky for Kia at the all-new Destination Kia of Utica. Puppies and babies not included.
Stock number 23F0075. MSRP $21,555. 36 months. 30,000 mile lease. 20 cents per mile over. $0 due at inception. $0 security deposit. 8% sales tax and $650 acquisition fee included in payment structure. $400 disposition fee. 700 plus FICO score. EPA ratings. Offer expires 11/30/2023.
Christmas, more than any other time, is for the gathering of families to celebrate the joy that the season brings, reflecting on the blessings of the past year. For many at the Rome Rescue Mission, there is no home, no family, and no joy. Children cannot experience the joy of Santa because no one can afford a gift for them. And to many, Christmas Day brings only more loneliness and misery. The good news is it doesn't have to be this way. With your generous donation of $20, you can provide Christmas for a child at the Rome Rescue Mission. A traditional Christmas meal, a visit from Santa, a toy, and celebrating the birth of baby Jesus can all be made possible with a donation of just $20. Please consider what you can do to pass along the joy of this season. Donate now at romemission.org. That's romemission.org. Rome Rescue Mission. A hand up, not a handout.
Being prepared for winter weather starts with New Holland. From large snow removal jobs to clearing driveways, New Holland has the equipment to stay one step ahead. Overcome winter's toughest conditions faster, cleaner, and safer with the New Holland lineup of skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, compact wheel loaders, and compact utility tractors. The year-end celebration is going on now. Visit Clinton Tractor today and get equipped for winter.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
winter.
ClintonTractor.net.
Need new tires for winter? Then visit Tolman's Tire and Auto Repair today. Now through December 14th, save up to $70 instantly when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone, Blizzak, or Firestone Winter Force tires. Save up to $100 instantly when you use your CFNA credit card. Tolman's Tire and Auto Repair located in South Utica, Yorkville, Rome, Herkimer, and downtown Utica. And online at tolmanstire.com. Offer valid November 15th to December 14th, 2023. Cannot be combined with other offers. See store for details, subject to credit approval.
Major phone carriers make you sign contracts with rigid data plans to trap you into a kind of forced phonogamy. Sounds pretty insecure if you ask me. At Consumer Cellular, we believe in a more consensual and healthy form of phonogamy, free of contracts and more flexible to your data needs. This way, you stick around not because we force you to with contracts and fees, but because you love our phone plans. Like ardently love our phone plans. Phonogamously. Consumer Cellular. When Freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Imagine having all the money you need for retirement, all the income, every month, guaranteed. That's Secure Future Investor, an indexed annuity tied to growth in the stock market, but without any risk of loss ever. It's guaranteed money for life income, no matter how long you live. Call 888-509-2228. 888-509-2228. Sponsored by GP Agency, Inc., Raleigh, North Carolina. Licensed in all states. Performance may vary. Consult with your financial professional before making an investment decision.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs, which the credit card companies like to keep secret, exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. They've helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-885-9955. 800-885-9955. That's 800-885-9955.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Hey, portions of the program brought to you by the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. Accepting new patients. If you need a new family doctor, call the Falcon Clinic. As we said, accepting new patients right now. Andrew is a patient. Is that okay with your HIPAA regulations?
It is, as long as they don't tell anybody.
All right. But I can tell someone.
You can tell whoever you want.
I've told everybody. Andrew, I am a patient there as well. If you're having issues with sleep, fatigue, that's what my issue was, and pain, ADHD, any issues. Also, if you need a new family doctor, for you, it was, I need a new family doctor.
I hadn't been in a while, and it was time that I got one.
Definitely time. You can tell Andrew has a woman because now he's going to see a doctor. Because guys are
You got to
idiots.
get that looked at.
Guys are idiots.
Yeah.
I just feel. But anyway, if you need a new family doctor or general practitioner, the Falcon Clinic is accepting patients today. Call 315-507-4751. The area's premier osteopathic medical clinic with Dr. Shemaleski, Dr. Zielinski, Dr. Kuzminski, and others, all under one roof at the Falcon Clinic. We do get some messages from time to time, and somehow now they're able to ship them to us via voicemail. So if a voicemail is left, it's amazing today. People, Davey, no longer call into a radio show.
Right.
They text in, they message in on YouTube, they use the app.
Well, sometimes they call in.
Smoke signals. We get that every once in a while.
Carrier pigeon.
And now you can leave a voicemail. This is a good one, though. I'd like to play this one.
Okay.
And we don't, we used to do birthdays every day, and it's not something we really do much of these days. But when there are special occasions, it's well worth it.
We'll honor it. Yeah.
Listen to this one.
Hello. Hello, Bill, Andrew, and Davey. This is Ellie Mae. I live in Rome, and I was wondering if tomorrow morning at 7:15 you could wish me a happy birthday. I turn 86 years old on Tuesday, November 28th. I watch every morning on YouTube, and I think you guys are wonderful.
Nice.
I miss Jeff, but I do like Andrew because I think he's kind of hot. Andrew, you remind me of my ex-husband when he was much younger. God rest his soul.
Wow.
I'll be listening tomorrow at 7. By the way, I'm also a big Buffalo Bills fan, and I'm afraid that terrible loss Sunday is the end for us.
Well, might be.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Goodbye, Andrew. Hugs and kisses.
Wow. She likes you.
Apparently.
And,
Wow.
So Ellie Mae in Rome, happy birthday.
How flattering. Well, happy birthday.
86 years old today, and she loves you.
You don't sound a day over 70.
I thought that was pretty nice. Happy birthday, Ellie Mae.
We were a little late, but
a little late. I got it in at 7:17, but I did what I could.
Hopefully she's still watching.
All right. Today is also Giving Tuesday.
That's right.
And that means what?
Well, after all the shopping, the shopping holidays of Black Friday and people buying things for themselves on Cyber Monday or buying that last-minute flight down to Fort Lauderdale, now it's time to give to others. This is the day people ask you to donate to your favorite charity or favorite cause.
It would be a great day that I would ask. Can I do an ask?
You can.
For Real Men Get Tested for Cancer. It's the organization that Tim Reed and I organized. There are no administrative fees whatsoever with this. No management gets paid. There's no accountant in there. There's none of that. We use the Community Foundation as the organization to run our 501c3, so it is a full 501c3 through the United Way. Is that what I said?
Yes.
Okay. So what I would say to you is it would be great if you're want to make a tax donation, a tax-deductible donation today on Giving Tuesday. It would be wonderful if one of those donations that you made was to Real Men Get Tested for Cancer. And you could do so by sending the donation to the Community Foundation. And it's very, very easy to do. And it is a tax write-off. And we hope that you do it. We use 100% of the funds go towards spreading the message that guys who tend to be a little procrastinators, big procrastinators to be honest, that guys get in and get tested for cancer. I think during COVID, we dropped the ball a little bit, and I don't know. This year we have lost personally several people that to cancer. Several people that we know and friends of the program and personal friends of ours. It has been it's been a brutal year for that.
Terrible disease.
So if you could help us spread the word, we have a brand new commercial coming out, and I think you'll like this one. It'll be on radio
It's gonna be a good one.
and TV. And it'll be debuting end of the week, early next week on television and radio. Anything you want to add? Davey's a cancer survivor also.
Right.
All right. Important to get tested, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I got to do that in January.
So it's what we do, right? You're always out there making sure, because if you catch it early, you can definitely save lives. Okay, can we bring in, before Dr. Hall, Utica Mac? It's the holiday season. You know, we're talking about bringing in a bag of bedding on Friday night to the Dusty Puppies show over at Station 233. Also part of our holiday drive. Look what they're bringing in.
Look at that
here.
thing.
Part of our holiday drive, the New York Sash Teddy Bear Toss with the Utica Pioneers on Friday night at Adirondack Bank Center. And this is a big one this year.
Wow, look at that.
And it's
I love the American flag and the bald eagle on the side.
Already put together. Is there a way, Andrew, that we could put it right up on there? I mean,
maybe use the chair there as a support.
I think I can. I don't know about There's some camera that I could get it on, I think. There it is. Look at that thing. It's enormous if you're watching on YouTube.
Wow.
It's enormous. And it's a Utica Mac Kids.
I don't know if those stools there will.
Let's get you to a microphone. Make your way over to that one. It's a Utica Mac. Davey, we can't even see you now. I'm telling you. Hello, Davey. It is a Utica Mac convertible 4x4, battery operated. It's a beauty. Tom Highland from Utica Mac in right now. Good
We've
morning.
got it angled like it's on a mountain.
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, very nice. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
We're doing well. How are you?
Good. So tell us about this incredible vehicle, if you could.
Well, it's electric. So it's an electric Mack truck. I was here a month and a half ago or so talking about electric vehicles.
Yeah, by state law, it has to be, right?
Yeah, in January of 2025. That's been pushed off a little bit.
Well, that's good.
The manufacturers have credits built up with their diesel engines, which will give them a little bit of time. But back to this. This is a 2023 Mack truck. It's electric. 2 kids can ride in it. It's 2-speed, battery operated, and we've got several of them out, and people really love them. And we're donating it to you to help raise some money through your raffle for Toys for Tots and Keeler in the Morning and all the good stuff you guys do.
Thank you for stalling over there. Well, I was just trying to adjust the camera. I think we can give you a little better shot of it.
I wasn't stalling.
This was, sorry about that.
I know about dead air, and I know that
You were doing very well.
You did good. It's like you've been here before.
So this item here is, it looks like it could fit 2 kids.
It can.
Yeah, that's cool. So where should the bidding begin on this? What do you guys think?
I would say at least $300.
At least 3. So we'll start the bidding at $300.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see what we can raise here. We
also have a stuffed animal.
Very nice.
Look at that, the bulldog.
Yeah.
This one's for here. You guys can keep it.
Okay, we'll put that up here. That's really nice right there. And it's a Utica Mac stuffed bulldog right there.
Right.
Very nice.
Official.
Very cool.
Official.
All right, you guys always help every year with our drive, and we appreciate it. And we'll start the bidding off on this at $300.
That's good.
I'll actually place the first bid because I have a little cousin that would probably really like this thing. So I'll kick it off at $300 officially.
$300 is Andrew's bid. All right. Nice job.
Great.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. How are things going at Utica Mac? Is everything electric by now?
No. No.
I mean, it's funny because, listen, we talk about, eventually it's coming, right?
Well, sure.
I mean, eventually. I have a vehicle now through Ricky Z and Steet, Mazda, that is a hybrid, which is really cool. I can drive to work and drive home. I never use any gas. Home and work. I can do it every single day. However, I do notice that when it's cold out, the battery drains a little more.
Sure does.
And in fact, significantly, it's a significant drain.
So where we're at with it right now is the technology is not here for electric vehicles with as far as diesel or heavy duty trucks go.
Right.
New York City.
They have some pretty good sized trucks that are all electric.
They do. New York City has a Mack refuse truck, and in New York City they plow with their refuse trucks. So they have this truck set up, and on the run that normally is a 12 to 15 hour run, it lasts 3 hours.
It lasts 3 hours. Boy. Here's the other part: we don't have the infrastructure right now.
We do not.
And now we have a wonderful mandate because, children are light and so are school buses. Imagine the entire fleet in the next 10 years has to be completely electric. That's just never going to be able to happen.
I know you had Senator Griffel on here, and
yeah.
when he was here, he came to Utica Mac right afterwards, and we had a bunch of customers, and he told us that we've got to get a hold of our politicians and tell them the way we feel, and that's the problem. Everyone expects someone else to do this.
Right.
And
you got to speak up.
You have to speak up.
Yeah.
He did make it very clear that don't get a hold of him. He said,
"Don't call me."
He goes, call
other people,
other politicians."
I'm on your side.
Yeah.
I'm already with you. Don't call me.
Oh boy. Well, and a lot of these that will take the brunt of this, having to take on the cost of these electric vehicles that you said are the municipalities, and ultimately the taxpayers.
That's right. Yeah. So the electric truck in New York City, well, the diesel equivalent is $323,000. The electric truck was $525,000.
Yeah, that's the other part of this.
And it doesn't work.
And it's not going to do the trick.
It's not going to do the job.
Yeah. All right, interesting stuff. This, however, this electric vehicle does work.
It does work.
And it's a beauty, and the bidding is now starting at $300. You can call Davey, to up that bid at 315-736-0186. Utica Mac, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great job. We appreciate it every single year. They also do a great job when the Toys for Tots Marine Corps League needs toys moved around and picked up at various schools and that sort of thing. They're awesome with all of that, and we appreciate it greatly. All right, Dr. Hall from MVHS, Wynn Hospital. Coming up next, stand by. We'll get with Doc on WIBX coming up.
For the past 3 decades, the Good News Center has been committed to building relationships, better family relationships, a better relationship with God, and a better relationship with yourself. When your marriage is broken and beyond repair, you need a place to regroup and rebuild. The Separated and Divorced Support Group offers you a safe place to learn these skills. You will learn how to deal with your feelings of loneliness and depression. You will learn how to live as an independent individual. You will find that you are not alone and that your feelings are quite normal. You will find support on this journey we call divorce. Please call the Good News Center to find out more about our Separated and Divorced Support Group at 315-735-6210 or visit us at thegoodnewscenter.org. These programs are free and confidential. Call 315-735-6210. The Good News Center, building relationships for 3 decades.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, 7:30, and again, Elsie May in Rome. Happy birthday to you this morning.
Ellie Mae.
It's Ellie Mae?
You said Elsie Mae.
Oh, sorry.
We don't
Elsie
wanna
May
offend her.
is the cow. Sorry, Ellie. Ellie Mae, isn't Elsie May, am I right with that? I don't know. Ellie Mae, and she mentioned you too, Davey. That was pretty nice of her.
Thank you very much, and happy birthday.
86 years old today. Okay, let me go to Kent Hall. Dr. Kent Hall from MVHS on the line now. Doc, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Wonderful. And we'll get an update, if we could, on the Wynn Hospital and the progression and how things are moving forward.
Yeah, so we're doing really well. I mean, we are still, tweaking some of our processes as we move in, as we have moved in. So we're in week 5 now. ORs are functioning well. We meet every morning to make sure that they continue to do that they are supposed to do in terms of taking care of patients, and that's actually working really well. What we call the punch list for anybody that's built a new anything, whether it's a house or whatever. There's always a punch list, a list of things that need to be completed. It's the small things, and we're moving through that very well. I think that when people come in, when our community comes in to get taken care of, whether it's in the emergency department or getting procedures done or, unfortunately having to stay in the hospital because they're ill in some way, shape, or form, I think that they will be pleasantly surprised by their surroundings. And I can tell you that the staff are very happy. I was going to say ecstatic, but very happy to be in this facility and what it allows us to do in terms of taking care of patients. So I am overall very enthusiastic. Are things perfect? No, I would not say that they're perfect, but we're human beings and things never are perfect. but we are ready to take care of this community.
I'm seeing a lot. I want to switch gears from the win to what people are dealing with right now, especially as we head into the final week after Thanksgiving, and of course the holiday month coming up here. A lot of issues coming out of school where kids are getting sick. They're bringing it home. It just seems like people are either sniffling or sneezing or what have you all the time. And there seems to be more going on this year with people getting sick than, and not necessarily COVID, as a matter of fact, but there seems to be more going on than there has been in the last 3 years.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I haven't seen, data overall. But what I would say is that, between COVID, which to your point is still there, but not nearly as bad as it has been over the last 3 years. But the flu is starting to, rear its head again. Respiratory syncytial virus, which is predominantly a childhood disease from a severity standpoint, but does affect adults. Is also starting to show itself just like it did last year, only it was much worse last year. But the other respiratory viruses, whether it's, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of names that are going to be just interesting names, the metapneumovirus and the parainfluenza virus and the respiratory adenovirus are ones that are circulating with slightly higher frequency than they have, and they cause, different severity. They all have the same basic symptoms. So they're upper respiratory infections. So it's a, runny nose and, a sore throat and a cough, usually a dry cough. But they can lead to deeper lower respiratory infections, bronchitis, sometimes pneumonia. And I think that one of the big reasons why we're seeing an increase relative to what we've seen over the last couple of years of these is because of what we did 2 and 3 years ago related to, masking and distancing and things that decreased the transmission of these diseases, and therefore, they're now, almost like, new territory for them to come into again.
Almost the immune system isn't readily available to fight it as it once was.
Right, because we haven't been primed by having, a minor infection last year, so our immune system sees it and recognizes it quickly. It's been a few years, so it takes a little bit longer for it to respond.
It is something that during COVID we were all very, you heard those warnings that we were not allowing our immune system to do the work, and that was going to cost us down the road. I guess for some people that seems to, I don't know, I certainly know of 1 or 2 people that they just seem to have had some sort of a cough or sniffle or just a bad cough that seems to go on for weeks and weeks. It doesn't seem to go away.
Yeah, no, that is most likely related to one of those other viruses that I just named, because they do tend to hang on a little bit longer, especially the parainfluenza virus and the adenovirus. They tend to cause a little more inflammation in the upper airways, and that's what stimulates that coughing reflex. So that's why those people, they may feel fine, they just got this cough that they can't get rid of.
They can't get rid of, yeah. And then your recommendation for people when it comes to flu shot, COVID shot, the vaccines out there.
Yeah, so I absolutely heartily recommend the flu shot this year. I absolutely heartily recommend the COVID shot or the COVID booster if you have been immunized, especially, and again, for those folks that are susceptible to more severe disease. So I'm talking about, people over the age of 65 or people with comorbidities, diabetes, high blood pressure, lung disease, immune problems, things like that.
Yeah.
That you really need to protect yourself as much as possible, understanding that none of these are panaceas or 100%, but the more, to Andrew's point, the more you can stimulate your immune system to see these things early and to start fighting them off early, the less severe the disease would be should you happen to contract it.
Also want to mention there is some talk from the World Health Organization calling on China in regards to a new respiratory virus there. China's saying nothing here, nothing to look at here, but the World Health Organization is questioning it. What are you reading? What are you hearing?
Yeah, so what I've been reading about with that is that it seems to be a respiratory virus that affects kids. The data is, to your point, is pretty minimal in terms of being able to analyze it and to fully understand it. So I'm reading different things. One that there are these outbreaks, but they don't really define, how severe they are in terms of the percentage of the population, et cetera, et cetera. And then I read others where they say that they can't really define it as a severe issue at this time. So I think it's something that we need to be aware of and watch. But right now, I would say that there is nothing that needs to that would raise itself to an oh my gosh, we need to start doing something. It's really just watchful waiting.
Okay, what do you have? Go ahead. This is a listener question, Doc.
Yeah, Dr. Hall, this is a listener question wanting to know why the 3-month-old baby that suffered from alleged shaken baby syndrome was airlifted to Syracuse Hospital instead of remaining here.
Okay, so I can't speak to the specifics, but I will tell you that in general, we take care of kids that have usual acuity types of problems, but anything that is a higher acuity that would require a pediatric intensive care unit or specialized pediatric care, we do not have that capability, and that's why a patient would need to go to a higher level of care, such as Golisano in Syracuse.
So that's an interesting, and obviously I know you're not speaking specifically to that case, but that's something I think we should be aware of. While the new hospital has offered new opportunities, some things, and maybe you can talk to this just a little bit, some things you will not have to travel out of town for, but there are still those cases where that become very severe, where it's either Albany, Syracuse, or somewhere else.
Yeah, so, we provide, so the Mohawk Valley Health System provides, well, first of all, let me tell you that we tend to divide level of medical care into 4 different areas. It's primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. So, primary and secondary are, relatively straightforward types of care. Many times they're provided in an outpatient setting or in a low acuity inpatient setting. Tertiary care really is what we provide, which is, we provide the vast majority of medical care because we have those medical specialists who can provide that care. We have an adult intensive care unit. We have cardiothoracic surgery and interventional cardiology and structural cardiology. So anything cardiac, we provide high acuity nephrology services. We have dialysis, et cetera, et cetera. But there are certain things that we do not provide, and that goes to the quaternary care or the 4th level. And those are really done mostly at the academic centers. So that would be Syracuse or Albany or Rochester, and that's where you get things like, the pediatric intensive care unit and the, pediatric subspecialties and the transplant services and the, level 1 burn services and the level 1 trauma services and things like that. So we, with what we have here at the Wynn, we can certainly do more than we did at the legacy hospitals, but we did not elevate ourselves to that, quaternary care level because, the amount of resources that would be required for that really would outstrip what we are, what we have available to us.
And I have one more for you. Somebody asking about, there's a new process out there that is being sold as a fix to sleep apnea without having to wear the
Darth Vader
machine
mask
and all of that stuff. Yeah, and it is basically This one here is called hostage tape. And what happens is they basically tape your mouth shut. You go to sleep with your mouth taped shut. It forces you to breathe through your nose.
What if you're congested?
Yeah, then you won't be able to breathe.
You have a stuffy nose.
Yeah. What is
then you'll be dead.
What's your take on this therapy? It's all over the place right now.
Yeah, I have not seen any. I have not seen any studies on it, so I really can't speak to it from a scientific level. I would not recommend it just on its surface, and the reason is because if you tape your mouth shut, which is basically what they're talking about, then what happens if you get sick in the middle of the night and you happen to vomit or something like that? I mean that would be very problematic. So again, I don't know anything about it in terms of the any studies that have been done one way or the other, but I would have some concerns about it just right out of the starting gate.
Okay. Craziness. Okay, Doc, thanks. Have a wonderful day. We appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day, and please be safe. And especially with this storm that is apparently going to hit the Tug Hill very, very hard.
No doubt. It looks like they're going to get a lot of snow up to the north. So, Dr. Kent Hall, thanks so much. We appreciate it. And away he goes. Can you imagine? It's like, all right, we're going to tape your mouth shut.
Well, he was cured of his sleep apnea, but unfortunately, he's dead.
Unfortunately, he was asphyxiated overnight, and gosh. He's not snoring anymore, though.
I mean,
we've solved the snoring problem.
How awful is the? Although lately I've been snoring, and it's not something I usually do, and I think my girlfriend may asphyxiate me with a pillow if I keep it up. But
that is a possibility. Be
even
very
the
careful.
name of the tape. Hostage tape?
This brand here that was sent to me is hostage tape.
That's okay. I'll pass.
I think it does not look like something I want to do. All right, let's do Hobica's free money question of the day. And this morning, it is worth another $100. Let's see if we can give away a C-note this morning. It's your opportunity to win from the Hobica Law Firm and WIBX this morning. Looking for Davey. Caller number what this morning?
Before you do that, you want to take Mike about the snoring issue?
I will, yeah.
On one, let's look for caller number 6.
Sixth caller right now at 315-736-0186. Caller 6 right now, 315-736-0186. Your chance to win from Hobica and WIBX. Mike, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Are you familiar with this?
Are you
familiar with this?
I've had that problem with the snoring for years, and I tried the CPAP machine that didn't work, but I'm actually going in March because there's that new thing called the Inspire sleep apnea device. I don't know if you've heard of that.
What's it called, Mike?
Inspire sleep apnea.
Yeah, I've seen something on it, and is it a surgical procedure?
Yeah, how it works is they basically implant it's like an in-and-out procedure. They implant the device in you. And basically, at nighttime, all you do is you put the remote up to you, it turns it on, and you put it down. And then you put the remote up to you, turn it off when you wake up. And what happens is during the night, when the tongue moves, is obstructed, actually there's something that stimulates the tongue to move it, and it clears the pathway of the breathing. And basically, it actually was approved by the FDA in 2014. Yeah, I was having problems with the CPAP machine because of because it's hard to get comfortable with that.
It is. It's terrible. I hated it.
I went to the dentist. I had to have a crown, a filling, and all these things. And the dentist was even saying that a lot of people that have been using the CPAP have had dental issues.
That makes sense.
I went online, I did research, and actually I saw that too. I had no idea. But
I'd not heard of that. Well, the reality, I'm just choking up just thinking about it. The reality is that I've been when I started wearing it, I would get caught up the hose wrap around my arm, and I just I did not do well with it at all. So who knows? Maybe there's an opportunity out there for people.
Yeah, and how it works is I had to call the number, and basically they qualify, you have to. They look at your age, the fact that you've used a CPAP, there's a BMI index and everything, and once you qualify, see, most insurances now do cover that too.
Yeah. Interesting.
But, yeah,
all right, good
just
stuff.
Just wanted to share that.
Thank you, man.
Oh, you're welcome.
Michael, have a wonderful day. Thank you.
You too.
We're giving somebody a chance to win Hobuka's free money question of the day. It's Dan in Deerfield. Stand by, Dan. We're going to get right to you. Quick break. We'll come right back and do it. Also, the word is that Tom Nitti has left The Voice, and it's not because he was voted off. Interesting. We'll talk about that and talk with him next hour. And Utica School District firing longtime superintendent of schools, Bruce Karen. We'll talk about that as well coming up. You might even want to pipe in, 315-736-0186. Dan, you're next on WIBX.
When you don't have enough to eat, all you think about is food. That makes it hard to give your best.
Nearly impossible to feel your best.
And it makes tough decisions even tougher.
At Food Bank of Central New York, all we think about is food too, and how to get it to the people who need it most. Think you can help? Give today at foodbankcny.org.
Need new tires for winter? Then visit Tolman's Tire and Auto Repair today. Now through December 14th, save up to $70 instantly when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone, Blizzak, or Firestone Winter Force tires. Save up to $100 instantly when you use your CFNA credit card. Tolman's Tire and Auto Repair located in South Utica, Yorkville, Rome, Herkimer, and downtown Utica. And online at tolmanstire.com. Offer valid November 15th to December 14th, 2023. Cannot be combined with other offers. See store for details, subject to credit approval.
Twin Ponds Golf and Country Club, your home for weddings, banquets, and of course, 18 holes out on the greens. And now you don't have to depend on Mother Nature's cooperation. You can drive and putt inside with their new True Golf indoor big screen golf simulators. Located at the Tap-In Bar and Grill at Twin Ponds. Looking for more than just golf? Check out their new multi-sport simulator. Remember, Twin Ponds has leagues starting in January. Swing in and play today. Online at twinpondsgolf.net. That's twinpondsgolf.net.
More and more people are turning to Wheelock Disposal for their trash pickup and recyclables. Let's hear from their happy customers why they love Wheelock Disposal Service. Here's Mike in New Hartford.
7 years ago, I moved to the area. Wheelock was referred. If I have to call the office with a question as to what can go in what container or how can I get something picked up, they're very courteous. They really treat me as a valued customer every time. So I will always stay with Wheelock Disposal, refer Wheelock Disposal, because I love Wheelock Disposal.
And now let's hear from Will and Sequoit.
I'm a Wheelock Disposal customer because all my friends and neighbors recommended them. Their prices are unbeatable. Their service is amazing. We pick up everything you need, everything you want done. They're here on time. Rain, snow, sleet, doesn't matter. They're always here and always reliable. And that's why I love Wheelock Disposal.
Wheelock Disposal Service has a special introductory offer for all new customers. Check out wheelockdisposal.com. We love garbage.
We could all benefit from heart-healthy energy. And one of the best ways to get some is by supporting your blood pressure and circulation. Superbeats Heart Chews are an easy and convenient way to support healthy blood pressure. They're plant-based and stimulant-free, so you get a green boost without the jitters. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Superbeats are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. Superbeats is the #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended beet brand for cardiovascular health support. It's blood pressure support you can trust. And it comes with a bonus: productive, heart-healthy energy without the crash.
Find out how you can get a free 30-day supply of Superbeats Heart Chews and 15% off your first order by going to getsuperbeats.com
and using promo code LISTEN. That's getsuperbeets.com, code LISTEN, for free heart chews and 15% off your first order.
Hi, this is Rob Hilton of Hilton Estate and Elder Law with important information for young families. If you have young children, you face unique challenges that must be addressed when considering your estate planning. Well, they, of course, have issues related to who will take care of and raise their children when they die. In addition, they have to have concerns about how the assets are maintained and managed after their death. They need to utilize trusts, and of course, they need to have life insurance to protect their children for future costs. Blended families face unique circumstances and legal issues that must be considered with their estate planning. How do we make sure that all the children from both families receive some sort of inheritance? Oftentimes, we'll use very special techniques in our wills, or we'll use IRAs or life insurance to make sure they receive an inheritance. They are all very special challenges. To find out more about strategies to protect your loved ones through proper estate planning, contact us at Hilton Estate and Elder Law. Call for more information and to schedule an in-person meeting to answer your questions.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, so 7:52. Let's get Dan going here with a chance to win. Dan is in Deerfield with a chance to win Hobica's free money question of the day. And Dan, is it snowing there yet? Are you getting anything at all?
Not yet, no.
No. They say maybe up in Boonville, up that way, they've already been getting lake effect snow. I don't know how much we're going to get. Maybe 3 to 6 inches, probably. Who knows? Okay, Dan, here's your question. Are you ready to go?
Yep.
All right, you'll have 7 seconds to answer. It's worth $100 in cash from the Hobica Law Firm. And here it is. This table game was invented in England and was originally called Blind All Fours. What's the game known as today? Ready, go.
How about shooting ladders?
Shooting ladders.
Shoots and ladders.
Shoots and ladders. It actually is more of it's a card game, table game. And if you had that, what would you come up with? Blind All Fours.
Some sort of rummy, I guess.
Rummy, yeah. Pitch is the where pitch came from.
Love me a good game of pitch.
High-low jack, also called high-low jack, right? Mm-hmm. Are you a pitch player?
Oh, yeah.
I like pitch.
Yeah.
Or pitch, as what we call it here. Anyway,
it's very geographical, the game. You know, some people are like, it's like euchre. Yeah, okay, it's similar, but I like pitch better.
I don't even know euchre. I don't even know what that is.
Euchres are more of a Rochester, Western New York thing.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, we're going to give you the Utica All-in-One Food and Fun card. Good at Aquavino, Babes, 72 Tavern and Grill, Taylor and the Cook, which is brand new and wonderful down there near the train station. Any of the concession stands at Adirondack Bank Center or Nexus, and also the gift shop at the Adirondack Bank Center. Comets and Utica City FC, Pioneer stuff. Davey, you want to pipe in? What do you have? Are you a big pitch guy? You play pitch?
No, I don't play any cards.
How about high-low jack?
Nope.
You ever play Blind All Fours?
No.
Never Go Fish?
Oh, yeah, I play Go Fits.
Go Fits.
Go Fish.
They play Go Fits in Buffalo. He takes his shirt off. He starts cheering.
Especially when Ryan Fitzpatrick was there.
Go Fits. Go Fits. All right,
Sorry.
Dan. Stand by, Dan. Davey's going to hook you up, all right?
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks so much. Dan in Deerfield. Yeah, I do like pitch. I'm not.
Are you a teams guy or a cutthroat guy? Because you can play either way.
I always prided myself as being pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think I'm good at all.
Well, you know,
the Props Inn was a place where they would always play pitch.
Yeah, and the Killebrew too. My grandparents
Killebrew was another
were
spot.
in a league, and they were very. Some people are very competitive.
They're good, yeah.
If you ask what Trump is at any point in the game, you know you could have your
Like,
fingers
what's Trump
cut off.
Right. You should know that.
You should keep it in your mind.
He's the former president. Hello, you moron. All right. Coming up, we'll talk about Tom Nitti, and he left. We can at least say this right now. He'll be on next hour. He left and we don't know anything, right, at this point.
No,
he left for
official.
personal reasons. He was not voted off, and Reba McEntire confirmed it. He left for personal reasons.
Yeah. After, you know, like you said, he was saved and now, unfortunately, had to move on.
And then let's talk a little bit, if we can, about the official termination of Bruce Karam yesterday. Were you at all surprised by this? I knew there was still a pending lawsuit, so I guess I was a little surprised. But I can say this.
I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, to be honest with you.
I can say, well... I
mean, from the news about...
and Don Dawes yesterday, and I kind of went off about that earlier this morning, and both Don Dawes and Bob Cardillo voted against terminating him. And I think you have to ask yourself, both Don and Bob, who are you serving?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serving And Dawes is like, I think we're putting ourselves in legal jeopardy. Well, I got to tell you something. The Utica City School District has a very, very capable law firm handling this. No move has been made, to my knowledge, without the intense scrutinizing by this law firm. And there's no way they would have done this without approval from the law firm. In fact, in watching the board meeting the other night, they were right there. The law firm was right there in the room. So my guess is they know a little more than Don Dawes when it comes to the law. So with that said, if this was just simply an accusation and a charge, this is the part people aren't thinking about. If this was just, he's been charged with stealing $15,000 in funds, stealing money, it's a grand larceny charge. There are 5 felony counts against him and 2 against Lou LaPolla, but then additional charges against LaPolla in federal court. If all that was just it, that was it. And by the way, to me, that's enough.
Yeah.
But if that was all it was, but don't forget, there was a whole accusation made by 2 administrators in the district who say that Karam created a hostile work environment for them. And they made specific claims that he had done, things that he had done to them. And they brought in an independent investigator who looked at this entire thing and came back and said, here's what he did. And the recommendation was that their accusations were founded.
Yeah.
I don't want to go further than that, but at the end of the day, some things that came out of this, not to mention the audio tapes that came out, calling people racial and sexual slurs, talking about their body weight and calling them names, having mean nicknames for employees in front of them and behind their back. All this stuff going on in a meeting. This is a school district, for God's sakes. You're not running a machine shop. This is a school district.
Yeah.
So that alone, to me, was enough to get rid of him. You add that, and then you add that to this, to the recent arrest, and I'm sorry, Don Dawes, you don't serve Bruce Karam. You're supposed to serve the students and taxpayers of the Utica District. Shame on both of you. Bob, I can't believe you even. And Bob didn't want to, but, Karam's mother probably held him he talks about that. She coddled him as a baby. I just think it was a bad move for the two of them, a bad look. Got a break. We'll talk about it if you want to. Call in 315-736-0186. WIBX Utica Rome.
Hostages expected to be set free today. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. 10 more tomorrow in a 2-day ceasefire extension that's also allowing more humanitarian aid flow into Gaza.
We're determined to continue that for as long as possible to bring as many people home as we possibly can.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Brussels. The U.S. helped broker the pause in fighting.
There's an understanding this ceasefire could be extended if Hamas is able to come up with 10 hostages a day to exchange for prisoners in Israel. The issue here, though, is that Hamas doesn't control all of the hostages. There are groups like Islamic Jihad, some of the smaller organizations like PFLP and DFLP inside Gaza, as well as criminal families in the Strip that could be holding hostages.
Fox's Trey Yanks at a hospital in Tel Aviv where 9 children among the 11 hostages set free last night are being cared for. Evan Gershkovich is going to stay in jail in Russia until at least January 30th. A court there extending the Wall Street Journal reporter's detention.
Russian authorities say they caught him spying on behalf of the United States. Gershkovich denies the charges, and President Biden has called his detention totally illegal. If found guilty of spying, the 32-year-old faces up to 20 years in prison.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The day after people in Georgia paid their respects to former First Lady Rosalind Carter as her casket lied in repose at the Carter Presidential Library. Her husband, who was by her side when she died, will be at her memorial service.
Former President Jimmy Carter, who is 99, is expected to leave hospice care and join fellow presidents and first ladies at a tribute for former First Lady Rosalind Carter in Atlanta. He has rarely been seen in public since entering hospice care in February and made the trip from the couple's home in Plains, Georgia to Atlanta for today's service.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. This is Giving Tuesday for us to donate instead of shop after Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Last year, Americans gave more than $3 billion to charity on this day alone. America's listening to Fox News.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Testosterone levels are at an all-time low. Individual T levels decline 1% every year. Chalk, CHOQ, is the new champion of natural testosterone boosters. Chalk's main ingredient is clinically studied to naturally boost testosterone 20% in 90 days. Supercharge your masculinity and boost your daily energy with Chalk's Male Vitality Stack. For a limited time, our listeners will get 30% off at CHOQ.com with promo code USA. CHOQ.com, code USA.
Good morning, WIBX 950 News Time, 8:03. I'm Andrew Derminio. 24 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the mad dash to save cash during My Carl's Holiday Super Sale. Glam vanities with mirrors, dining sets, rocker recliners, and more. Keep more jingle in your pocket at My Carl's New Hartford Shopping Center. We do want to let you know that officially Adirondack Central School District is now closed according to the website. Adirondack Central Schools closed today due to the winter weather. The Utica City School District has announced the firing of now former Superintendent Bruce Karam. During a special meeting yesterday, the school board decided Karam would be relieved of his duties after being arrested for allegedly using public money to support a charity and political campaigns. Karam held the position for more than a decade and had been on administrative leave since last October. Kathleen Davis is going to serve as interim superintendent until a permanent replacement is found. With the colder weather just around the corner and practically here, New York State is releasing $100 million to improve the safety of roads that are affected by severe weather. Repaving projects will take place at over 60 locations statewide, including locally in Madison County. In recent years, there has been a focus on making highways and roads safer and more efficient. Governor Hochul says these new investments will ensure roads are resilient in the face of extreme weather. According to a new report, fans of the Syracuse University football team may not have to wait much longer to find out who is the program's new football coach. Sources tell the Post-Standard that SU is finalizing an agreement to hire Georgia defensive backs coach Fran Brown. ESPN also says Holy Cross head coach Bob Chesney and Toledo head coach Jason Candle were finalists for the job. Whoever is picked will take over for Dino Babers, who was terminated earlier this month. And the suspect accused of shooting 3 college students of Palestinian descent in Vermont has ties to Syracuse. Authorities say 48-year-old Jason Eaton recently arrived in Burlington from the central New York area. The Boy Scouts of America also confirmed Eaton served as a volunteer with a unit in Syracuse. He's facing 3 counts of attempted murder for opening fire towards the students. All of the victims remain hospitalized. WIBX 950 News Time 6:06. Your weather forecast is according to Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint. Brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net.
I'm Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint in the WIBX Weather Center. Today, lake snow, brief squalls, drift south to near the thruway by midday into early afternoon. Areas of blowing snow, windy and cold, a high near 30. Tonight, lake snow and snow showers, 3 to 6 inches of accumulation locally by Wednesday morning, 1 to 2 feet to the north, a low near 20. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WTR. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
Temperatures trending downward this morning. 24 now under mostly cloudy skies. It is 8:06. Sports brought to you by Country Suburban. Well, you heard it right here on WIBX. Monday Night Football saw Justin Fields marching his team down the field in the final minutes of Chicago's 12-10 win over the Vikings on Monday Night Football in Minnesota. Meanwhile, in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers are looking for a new head coach. The franchise announced the firing of Frank Reich the day after a 17-10 loss to the Titans of Tennessee. The Panthers, who have a 1-10 record this season, say special teams coordinator Chris Tabor will serve as the interim head coach effective immediately. The team has assured a 6th straight losing season since owner David Tepper bought the franchise 5 years ago for more than $2 billion. Meanwhile, the Giants general manager, Joe Schoen, said Monday they are sticking with Daniel Jones as their starter. Schoen confirmed that when Jones is healthy, he will once again be the team's starting quarterback. The 26-year-old tore the ACL in his right knee earlier this month against the Raiders and had surgery last week. The G-men signed Jones to a 4-year, $160 million deal with $35.5 million guaranteed next year. Schoen is also revealing the team will address the position at some point because there is no guarantee he's going to be back for Week 1. WIBX 950 news time, 8:08. Also, I failed to mention, of course, Syracuse will take on LSU in basketball tonight. That game will start at 7 o'clock, and you can see it on ESPN2.
This is a big game for them, and they need to kind of come into their own.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is going to be a very long season.
Well, I mean,
because they have a fairly tough schedule.
I mean,
they when they had the other night, they won by 50 points. That's a Division II school. They're not even a Division I school.
Yeah, they should be winning like that.
Yeah,
but against ranked teams, they've kind of been somewhat competitive, but it ultimately
they've been in the games. You're right. They've been in the games. I'm with you there.
This will be a good test.
We have a big hour, a lot to get to. You want to talk about any of this, the superintendent firing, and I'd be willing to talk about it. 315-736-0186. What's your take? You can use the app. You can message in on YouTube. We're on YouTube Live. Just search Keeler live stream on YouTube. You can check that out. Also, we're going to talk about the iPhone glitch. There's a glitch. I might have experienced it just a little bit.
Mm.
And they're saying that they believe that it might be happening because of overcharging. I don't know that should be an issue. But I'll explain what my take is on all of that. Coming up, we'll talk about it. Teddy Bear Toss is Friday night. We mentioned happening, the band, the Dusty Puppies, will be performing on Friday night also over at Station 233, the Simple Bar. They're doing a fundraiser for Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Bring bed in a bag for a twin-size bed. They need bedding and sheets and comforters and all that stuff. Bring it over there, and the Dusty Puppies will be performing on Friday night. We'll talk to Katie Riley about the Teddy Bear Toss coming up in a second. Utica City FC season opener is this weekend also. And New York State Trooper and cast member on NBC's The Voice, Tom Nitti. We'll speak with him later on in the hour. He has left The Voice, but not because he was kicked off or voted out. He has left. We'll explain it and speak with him about it. Coming up here, it's 8:10 at WIBX.
At MVHS, our team members fell in love with care long ago. Their lives were changed, and their world has been expanding ever since. In respect, compassion, knowledge, and ability. And it's only just begun. Because fueling the future of care starts here at the Wynn Hospital. Local care on a whole new level. The Wynn Hospital. Unwavering commitment and compassion. Learn more at mvhealthsystem.org. This is for you. The first steps taken in the Wynn Hospital are the first steps of a care experience that stands apart. One where compassion can always be found, where teams are trained to serve you well, and where cutting-edge technology is always at the ready. Because here, you not only receive state-of-the-art care, you have a distinctive care experience, one that is all about your comfort in a healing environment. Welcome to the Wynn Hospital.
The Community Foundation of Herkimer and Oneida Counties is your community foundation. Together, we've invested $125 million in the community, thanks to people, families, and businesses that want to give back and build a brighter future. And you don't have to have big bucks to make a big difference. Join us as we invest in the future of our community. Learn more about your community foundation at foundationhoc.org.
Need new tires for winter? Then visit Tolman's Tire and Auto Repair today. Now through December 14th, save up to $70 instantly when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone, Blizzak, or Firestone Winter Force tires. Save up to $100 instantly when you use your CFNA credit card. Tolman's Tire and Auto Repair located in South Utica, Yorkville, Rome, Herkimer, and downtown Utica. And online at tolmanstire.com. Offer valid November 15th to December 14th, 2023. Cannot be combined with other offers. See store for details, subject to credit approval.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make it fun and engaging, so you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life. You can choose from topics like travel, business, relationships, and more. You'll learn what matters most to you. Plus, Babbel's lessons are designed to get you speaking right away. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations.
Just 3 weeks? Even better.
Since Babbel's lessons are designed by language experts and voiced by real native speakers, you'll get the accents just right and be able to carry on conversations with confidence.
Learning a language with Babbel doesn't take long.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
And now, try Babbel free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Hi, what brings you to the clinic today?
Oh, the baby's not feeling well. I think she might have a fever.
Well, let's check her temp with the Exergen thermometer. You're right. These Exergen thermometers are very accurate. Reads 101.2.
Oh, gosh. Well, that Exergen thermometer sure is fast and easy to use.
Yes, and many doctors recommend Exergen for home use.
Exergen thermometers, backed by over 100 clinical studies, are available at Walmart and participating retailers. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Hey, it's the Mazda Season of Inspiration sales event going on right now at Steet Pani Mazda. Enjoy 2.9% APR financing up to 36 months on new 2023 Mazda CX-30s. We've increased our inventory, says Ricky Z, so you can save when you finance or lease any new award-winning Mazda during Mazda's Season of Inspiration sales event. Rick says, let's make your deal on a Mazda from the dealership that's achieved #1 first place nationally in customer satisfaction. It is a different experience over there. Where it's always easy to do business. Steep Pani Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, good morning. I want to play something here. Somebody asked about this iPhone thing. Are you an iPhone? Katie Riley is from New York Sash. Hello, good morning.
I am an iPhone person.
You are.
She's
me
with
too.
it. She's with it. She gets it.
Well, you're hip. I see you as a hip, connected
thank you.
person. So you know stuff. So I think we can talk about this. Apparently, in the new with the new upgrade, the new software upgrade, which people say, "Well, should I upgrade to this?" Even though you're getting software updates, and the latest update is a big one. There's a big one coming in the month of December that's going to add a whole bunch of new features. If it isn't already out, I don't know. But you're updating security stuff. That's really big. It's important to make sure you're continuously are updating those things. But now, apparently, there's a new feature that this woman is very nervous about, and it is the bump.
I just saw this on the news last night, and I turned mine off because
I'm ready because I actually was holding both my girlfriend and I's phones next to each other yesterday.
Did it work? Did you
I don't
test
know.
it?
I don't even know what happened.
I got to tell you something. I don't know about you guys, but I'm bumping into people's iPhones all the time. Everywhere I go, it's like, hey, you bumped into my iPhone. It's like, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to bump my phone into your phone. I've never done it. And this is very much, this was an old thing, if you remember. iPhone had this maybe 8 years ago, where it's like you put your phone up and you bump it together and you'd be able to switch your contacts, or you could do photos or whatever. And then it just kind of went away because I don't think it worked really well. This apparently does, but now everybody's saying you could be sharing. Now you shut yours off.
Security breach.
It's a
It could
security
be.
breach.
Yeah.
And
And
I
especially,
wonder.
I think that it's a big issue for like teenagers, and there's so many younger people having phones these days than there were 8 years ago that could be a real problem.
When I was a kid, we didn't share nude photos of each other. But today it is a thing in schools.
What is the obsession?
And it's not just in schools either. It's kind of an age thing. I think if you reach a certain age, you're like, hey, let's get to know each other. Here, look at me at my most naked moment, and I'll send you some photos. I don't get it.
As a parent of a baby, I cringe.
Scary,
to
right?
see what it could be like.
Well,
and,
listen, you live a great life and have good morals, and that is what's going to be the
let's hope
ultimate
so.
decider.
Let's
Plus,
hope. Yeah,
you'll-
I turned
you-
my bump off though. I
You
turned the
did.
bump off.
Yeah, all right, so I need to know how to do this.
How do you do it?
Oh, it's
I guess I
under
should.
settings in general, and then
Under general, I'm going to go to
then
general.
there's an airdrop,
Oh, I see airdrop, yeah.
and then it says start sharing by. There's a
So-
bring device together.
I've got, but
wow, that's automatically on.
But it's automatically on. But it's only mine is on contacts only.
So there has to be some sort of notification
It
that
can
it's
only
happening, though.
It can
right?
only be done if there would be.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
in my contacts. Keep it on. Let's share something.
Okay.
What are we going to share? I guess I could bring up a photo and share it with you.
So that's
took
just for the
I
airdrop.
took a photo of the moon.
Yes, I think it's just.
Actually,
for
can I
airdrop.
tell you, I took a photo of my wife, and I downloaded this program that was AI. And I'm like, that's really cool. It'll master your photos for you. And I hit this one button, and all of a sudden, she became busty, and she was wearing a halter top. It was unbelievable. I'm like, Allison, look at you.
Wow.
You're gonna be in trouble.
Shouldn't talk about that,
No,
right?
no.
Well, I deleted the program.
Thank God.
Okay, so we should be able to look at that beautiful photo.
Did it work?
I don't think it's working.
Luckily, it doesn't work.
I don't know how to get it to work. So I have a photo right here. Let me try it now. Here.
Maybe
look at
I got
this.
to be in. Maybe I just got to turn it off, or like put it to sleep.
Okay, let's try it. We bumped together and turn it on now. Look at this beautiful photo. Isn't that
is
a
a
nice
nice
little
photo.
moon photo?
Oh, I don't have it.
The moon is hard to capture too. So
It
it's a good
is.
photo.
It
It
is.
is difficult, and the sun too.
I pulled over the side of the road just to get this shot.
Maybe we got to hold it.
Oh, now it went.
Oh,
And I just
oh,
airdropped.
I see. It says keep holding nearby to share.
Okay, come back.
So we didn't
gotta-
hold it long enough. Our powers combine.
It looks very futuristic. This seeing the two of you holding your devices together.
Sure, that's what
It
it's
looks
like.
really awkward, doesn't it? Like what
Like
in
the
the hell?
Jetsons or
All right,
is
so now
wrong
I'm just
with
going to
them?
go ahead and turn that off.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like it. And if it's just your contacts, I don't see anything bad with it. Although this woman does. Listen to what she says. She is very nervous, and Katie is too. This is what she says about this whole
Currently,
thing.
there is something that gets turned on in your general settings called bringing devices together or bringing us together or something. And it's where if you touch your iPhone to somebody else's iPhone, it shares contact information, photos, things like that. It's automatically turned on. I didn't know that. Somebody emailed me and they were like, hey, just so you know, you're going to probably want to turn this off and turn it off your kids' phones. So I grabbed Brian's phone. His was
Okay. Isn't that the whole thing? Here she is, Miss Security. I am going to turn this off my kids' phones. Oh, your kids have phones?
Right.
Every
Yeah.
kid's got a phone
Oh,
now.
my God, that's
Well, I
scary.
couldn't send them to school without a cell phone. I mean, what if something happens?
Right.
They wouldn't be able to reach me. I mean, here it is. She's got her little kids. They already have cell phones.
It's a wild world out there.
It is.
I mean, can you? I mean, thank God we didn't have smartphones when I was a kid. I'm just going to be honest. You know, I mean,
And I've seen stories or situations where if you have AirDrop turned on and anybody can send to you, you can be in a crowded movie theater in any crowd and people can just AirDrop you random photos.
It happened.
Of anything.
It happened to my girlfriend at the airport.
If you
There
have
you
it,
go.
Because they saw her username, it was like something weird, and,
And
she's
she
like,
had it open, unlocked, or whatever.
but you can set the setting to contacts only.
Yeah.
It'll only be your contacts. I do have to say, we were at Disney like 8 years ago when this first started, and a woman came over to us and she said, I want to apologize. I can tell by the photos. You just sent me a whole bunch of photos of your family. And it was...
I meant to.
That's right. Hey there.
You didn't want that?
Yeah, she apparently didn't like what she saw because she gave them back. All right. Anyway, well, Rob, you may want to go into your settings and turn that off. So you go into General, and then go into AirDrop, and then you'll see Bringing Devices Together, and you can turn it off. It is what it is. Okay, and here we are. Already, the teddy bear toss is already this weekend. It's come up so quickly.
It is crazy.
Yeah. So for those that don't have tickets, obviously they're out there and you can get tickets.
There's a few still available in the upper levels.
Okay.
It will sell out. It always does. And luckily, I brought some tickets in for you guys, so maybe some of your listeners can
we'll
have
give
a
tickets
chance
away.
Always appreciated.
So it's Friday night, 7:00, and we're playing.
We're playing Stonehill.
Stonehill,
which is the first D1 team that we've ever played with the teddy bear toss. So it's a big. We were talking to Coach. Big game for the school and for the league. A little nerve wracking when you hear they're playing a D1 on teddy bear toss night.
We've been there, right?
We've been there.
So very interesting that you see the D1 signs all over the place. They played St. John's the other night.
Mm-hmm.
That's Division I. Here's another Division I team, and Heenan says, "I don't know what you're talking about." But there's something going on.
There's something in the air.
Obviously, we've heard the story that they could go to Division II, but hockey doesn't have a Division II, so UC Hockey would go to Division I. But it is not this year, although they're playing a lot of D1 teams.
It's an indicator of things to come.
I think it is. So doing this on Teddy Bear Toss brings us back to that fateful night.
Oh, I don't like to talk
You're
about
right.
that.
You're right.
Bill.
Why would you bring that up? Come on.
Well, the idea is when the first goal is scored, then you throw your teddy bears out onto the ice, and this is key. First goal scored, so we got to make sure we're, obviously we'd like to win the game on top of all of that.
For sure. And it's all, it's all for the kids. We collect those bears. I've got over 30 requests from local organizations, and actually a lot of them are local school teachers these days. It's kind of developed a lot over the years, in the 19 years we've been doing this, and it's changed a lot. And a majority still go to the big organizations like the Rescue Mission and Salvation Army, but a lot of them go right to local classrooms in the area.
Well, the teacher is the first line of defense, right? The teacher's the one that's going to see where kids are struggling, and this kid's not bringing in a snack. They're not wearing a hat to school or a jacket.
They know which ones need the help.
Yeah. Okay. And then last year you ended up with how many teddy bears?
We were a little shy of 4,000 last year.
Enormous.
And, one thing we're seeing is that people are bringing better quality. So we're happy with that. Of course, we like those big numbers, but what we're really interested in are the new bears and not the bears that have been sitting in your attic for 10 years.
Can I ask you, because, boy, since this Teddy Bear Toss started, this is the 19th year.
Mm-hmm.
That's unbelievable. And where it all began, you would just go to Toys R Us or go to all the different places. So who has toys today? You can get toys at Target,
Walmart, some of even the smaller Kinney Drugs and Rite Aid.
You get teddy bears
spaces.
everywhere.
Yeah, you can get them.
And Amazon now, like I said, just like the Sleep in Heavenly Peace, the bed in a bag, you can order your toys today and have them
by tomorrow. Yeah, pretty cool.
Absolutely.
All right, and if somebody didn't win tickets on the radio, they can't find anybody who has tickets, they could come by your showroom.
Absolutely. We have a stack over in the New York Stash showroom. Great opportunity to see what we have to offer there. And but no obligation. Just come in and request a free pair of tickets while supplies last, of course, because they won't last long. So come down to the showroom on Oriskany Boulevard.
Friday night, 7 o'clock at the Adirondack Bank Center. And while you're over there in the showroom getting your free tickets, open a window or two.
Absolutely.
Check out the
Best
bathtubs.
time of year to replace your windows.
It's a great time for that. There's no doubt. And we love the New York Sash windows. All right, great job. Thank you. And fix that thing in your iPhone.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Fixed.
8:26. We'll break and come back here. Hold tight. Coming up, he left The Voice. Tom Nitti, New York State Trooper, cast member on NBC's The Voice. A personal reason for leaving, according to Reba McEntire. He is a trooper from the area and is from, Frankfurt, right? And we'll speak with Tom coming up in a few minutes at WIBX.
Are you or a loved one dealing with physical issues? Are you about to have a corrective surgery? Be prepared and take the stress out of recovery. Visit Home and Hospital Medical Supply in the new Hartford Shopping Center. From mobility aids to home safety equipment, they carry it all. Whether it's a heating pad for back relief or a knee brace for that sports injury, they now even have light therapy equipment to fight seasonal depression. Home and Hospital Medical Supply. Care with convenience. Online at HandHMedicalNY.com.
Why get an updated COVID vaccine? If you're 65 or older, a COVID vaccine can keep you out of the hospital. And if you have heart disease, a COVID vaccine can help you stay healthy. With COPD or other lung diseases, getting a COVID vaccine can keep you off a ventilator. Anyone can get severely ill from COVID. But some people are more at risk. Know your risk and make sure you're up to date on your COVID vaccine. A message from the New York State Health Department.
Immerse yourself in premium nationwide coverage, contract-free plans, and always-free activation with Consumer Cellular, now at your local Target. While you're there, check out our newest phone, the Iris Flip. It's all the phone and camera you need, plus it features a user-friendly design, making it the perfect flip phone. From now to December 16th, you can score $10 off when you buy the Consumer Cellular Iris Flip at Target, making it only $39.99. Visit your nearest Target for the full scoop.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great, but with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Imagine having all the money you need for retirement, all the income, every month, guaranteed. That's Secure Future Investor, an indexed annuity tied to growth in the stock market, but without any risk of loss ever. It's guaranteed money for life income, no matter how long you live. Call 888-509-2228. 888-509-2228. Sponsored by GP Agency, Inc., Raleigh, North Carolina. Licensed in all states. Performance may vary. Consult with your financial professional before making an investment decision.
Attention business owners. This is John Souza, CEO of ERTC.com. The Employee Retention Tax Credit Program provides up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. If you're confused about the ERTC program, stop right now. Don't fall for false promises. The bottom line, there's no such thing as guaranteed eligibility. Being innovative with taxes can lead to an audit. All ERTC companies are not the same. The easiest way to know if a company is non-compliant is to ask one simple question. Is the CPA working on my file a W-2 employee of your company? If not, stop right now. Contact ERTC.com. IRS compliance is not an option. At ERTC.com, everything is done in-house by expert CPAs, and there's no cost to get started.
Get your free refund information now. 800-200-6883. 800-200-6883. 800-200-6883. That's 800-200-6883.
Hey, if you have severe back pain, shoulder pain, or neck pain, there's help out there. It's the Omni Surgery Center and Dr. Hyder. We dealt with their office and Dr. Hyder specifically on 3 occasions with my dad, and he was able to eliminate the pain, reduce the pain to the point where he was able to recover. It was debilitating. The pain just would not go away, and it was excruciating until we met Dr. Hyder in the Omni Surgery Center. Located in the office business park, and, of course, the surgery center is on French Road. It may be a non-invasive injection. It could be a less invasive surgical procedure where you walk out the very same day. It's where modern technology meets cutting-edge surgery. It's the Omni Surgery Center with Dr. Hyder. Call today at 315-765-8448, the Omni Surgery Center. And if you're in need of work done, concrete work, masonry work, home improvement work, it's Brank Construction. B-R-A-N-C-K, Rocco and David Brank, located in Frankfurt, but serving all of upstate New York. And the masonry concrete work, there's still time to get your project done. Stairways and cellar entrances, basement floors, garage floors, old stone walls, sidewalks, indoor work, outdoor work, they have you covered. Call them today for concrete. Brank Construction, 315-894-3481.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, coming up this weekend, Utica City FC opens up the season on Saturday night at the Adirondack Bank Center. Am I right with that?
Yes.
And then on the line right now, I believe we have the head coach of Utica City FC, Everton Morera, who is on the line right now. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on, and it's a big weekend as you guys get underway this Saturday night.
It's a big weekend. We are very excited. It seems that it's been too long since the last season, so everybody's ready and prepared for this Saturday night, 7 p.m.
Okay, so there are tickets available, and if you've not been to...
It's an awesome experience.
Recently, it's a cool experience.
Yeah.
There's the beer garden. There's all sorts of different areas that you can take advantage of. And the soccer is fast-moving, and it's a great time, Coach.
It is. It is amazing. Arena soccer, it's been my passion for quite a while. It's a very fast-paced type of soccer, high score, physical. It's very, very similar. It has the similarities with hockey, because obviously we're playing in a hockey arena as well. But the atmosphere that we have in the games is absolutely amazing. It's loud, it's fun, it's energetic. So I'm super excited for the first game.
And the players also bring a lot of that excitement to it. When they score, they may jump on the boards on the side of the arena and get the crowd amped up and things like that. So I think the players play a big role in amping up the crowd as well.
Oh, absolutely. They are very hyper for the games, and like I said, the atmosphere it's great, especially by the beer garden. Like you mentioned, the beer garden.
Yeah.
Because the beer garden is very close to action. So when players score, they jump in the beer garden. It's super fun game, family friendly, but also adults have a lot of fun with in the games.
Yeah, I got to say that my wife has never asked me to go to any sporting event ever. Football, baseball, hockey. I mean, we go. We have Comets tickets, of course, and I'm a Bills fan and Mets fan. But my wife never has asked me to go to a sporting event until the other day. She said, we got to go to a lot of the soccer games this year. I love those soccer games. And you know why it is? It's this Ted Lasso. She's stuck on Ted Lasso. She's all about Ted Lasso. Now all of a sudden, she wants to go to these soccer games. And the action is, it's different than Ted Lasso, which is not arena. That makes this so much more action-packed.
Oh, no, absolutely. It's funny you mentioned because I have friends that ask me all the time, hey, are you watching Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
Maybe you can get something from him. I was like, what are you talking about? But it's fun. But, you want to watch soccer, and obviously in the winter, you want to be outside whatsoever. So, in the arena, make more cozy for fans. And I say that all the time. Like, if someone comes to watch indoor soccer for the first time after the game, they absolutely become a fan.
Yeah,
it's instant. Like it's amazing. It's an amazing game, and I just can't wait for Saturday, 7 p.m.
All right, 7 p.m. Saturday, and you're taking on who is it? It's
Harrisburg.
Harrisburg, yes.
Harrisburg.
Harrisburg Heat.
And Coach, do not take anything from Ted Lasso, please. That would be
absolutely not.
That would be bad.
I'm not even watching anymore.
That's it. Enough of it. All right, Coach. Good luck, and we'll see you Saturday night. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have a great day. That Ted Lasso, by the way, is if you haven't watched it, it is on Apple TV Plus, and it's about a woman whose husband owned a soccer team, and she won it in the divorce, and it was his baby, so she wanted to destroy it, so she had to hire a new coach, a new football coach. So instead of hiring a European football coach, she hired an American football coach.
That's awesome.
To coach
I haven't watched this, but
football.
Everybody tells me you
it is. It really is good.
You know what's great about Utica City FC is the refugee community and the Bosnian community, and a lot of that community has come and really supported it because it's huge.
It has, yeah.
It's a huge sport.
But I think it's getting bigger here
With
over
the
last 10 years, and it's not just Ted Lasso, but it's World Cup action. The women have been unbelievable, right? The Olympics and World Cup and that sort of thing. So local soccer teams have been huge. Herkimer's had how many championships?
Yeah.
So it's all great stuff. And Utica City FC kicking off their season on Saturday night. Coming up, we'll talk to Tom Nitti in a few minutes. Other stuff to squeeze in here. Hold on. 8:38 at WIBX.
How would you like to come home to a bartender who will fix you any cocktail you want?
I'll have an old-fashioned.
I'll have a margarita.
Now you can with the Bartesian Home Cocktail Maker. Bartesian is a sleek machine the size of a coffee maker that makes premium cocktails at the touch of a button. Choose from over 50 different cocktails, from classics to the most exotic premium cocktails served in the best bars today. You'll always get freshly mixed, perfectly balanced cocktails with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. And now, get Bartesian's best holiday deal ever when you go to bartesian.com/sips. Entertaining? The Bartesian is ideal for parties. No need to stock all kinds of individual mixers for complicated recipes. Every guest gets the cocktail of their choice in seconds. The Bartesian makes a wonderful gift for anyone who loves a fine premium cocktail. Now get Bartesian's best holiday deal ever. It's available right now only at bartesian.com/sips. That's BARTESIAN.com/sips for Bartesian's best holiday deal ever. Only at bartesian.com/sips.
We could all benefit from heart-healthy energy. And one of the best ways to get some is by supporting your blood pressure and circulation. Superbeats Heart Chews are an easy and convenient way to support healthy blood pressure. They're plant-based and stimulant-free, so you get a green boost without the jitters. Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Superbeats are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. Superbeats is the #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended beet brand for cardiovascular health support. It's blood pressure support you can trust. And it comes with a bonus: productive, heart-healthy energy without the crash. Find out how you can get a free 30-day supply of Superbeats Heart Chews and 15% off your first order by going to getsuperbeats.com and using promo code LISTEN. That's getsuperbeets.com, code LISTEN, for free heart chews and 15% off your first order.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
Hey, I want to tell you about River Hills Properties. If you're in need of selling a home or purchasing a home, River Hills is the choice. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties. The number one real estate agency in the area, independent. Number two when it comes to the chains, and it's all about services provided. Your listing agent, like Andrew, they work for you from start to finish, creating the book, which can serve as the manual. Everything, every improvement, everything there is to know about the home and the property, it's all there. It's River Hills Properties. Call today online, riverhillspropertiesllc.com, or call 315-896-1009. Remember, nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
Just kidding.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Well, listen, he's a great performer. He's a great singer. He's great on the guitar. And pretty good with Reba McEntire. She really likes him. And
loved him.
Tom Nitti, last night, the announcement came that he was leaving The Voice for personal reasons. He is on the line right now. Tom, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Well, wonderful. And first of all, congratulations on everything that that you've accomplished and the fact that you're leaving, but you're not being kicked off. What happened? What can you tell us?
Well, what I can tell you is that I left for a good reason. And it was definitely one of the hardest decisions I've had to make. It was one of the hardest and at the same time easiest decisions I had to make. Long story short, my kids come first.
Yeah.
And there are some ugly people in the world, and you gotta kind of just keep your head up and keep pushing forward. And choices and decisions and picking the right path has to ultimately be in my forefront. And obviously, like I said, at the end of the day, my kids will always come first. No.
Yeah. Was it? I know you can't say too much, but I would ask you: was it like online things that were being done?
As far as what do you mean?
How
maybe
were
people being critical?
You said there were some bad people in the world.
No.
Okay, all right.
No, it's not, everybody's been awesome and supportive in regards to The Voice. For those of you guys who don't know, I mean, I've been posting all over the place. I got a new girlfriend, and she's amazing. She's kept everything going for me. Long story short, like I said, it's family issues. I could say. I am currently going through a divorce, and so that's where we're at. And like I said, I had to make some tough decisions, and that being one of them. And
well, good. Listen, I will say that any mom or dad that chooses the role, our role as parents is you choose your children first. They should always, their safety and their well-being is certainly comes first, and I certainly understand that.
Yeah, and I think it's quite commendable, and we appreciate you coming on and even sharing that much with us. I mean, it's very commendable and respectful. I think that people will realize you did this for the right reasons, and
Well, it sounds like Reba McEntire understood.
Yeah, and she's, I will say, she is as genuine as you could imagine. The way you see her on TV, that's how she is. She's reached out to me since, and just to check in, simply say, hey, how are you? Just want to make sure everything's good. And, she knows the whole backstory on everything, and she understands. And like I said, ultimately, it was a hard decision, but it was also the easiest decision I had to make at the same time, because at the end of the day, I got to make sure the kids are all squared away and good to go.
So I got to tell you, you absolutely do, and I'll throw a little funny aside to this whole thing. Andrew and I, both of us are like, how do you call us? What would you call us? Like karaoke pigs.
Oh, yeah. We see that microphone.
We'll sign up under different names, you know.
Put on a disguise.
Yeah.
You look like the guy who did that last time.
No, I didn't sing that song. This is my first time singing. So anyway, we're at Disney, and my daughter, right, your kids are always coming first. My daughter is like, oh, they have the big American Idol thing. Dad, you should go and try out. So I'm like, I'm not going to go and try out. And she's begging, asking me to do it. So me and my daughter went in, and I went in to the audition room, and because they put on every day back then, they were putting on an American Idol show with people who had auditioned. So I auditioned, and I made the show. So
really?
I made the show.
Obviously.
Well, of course, you know.
Yeah.
Of course,
who wouldn't pick you?
You know. So anyway, so I go back and I tell my wife, and she's like, well, we have dinner reservations at the castle at 6:00. You can't do the show. And I said, but Grace is expecting me to do the show. And then all of a sudden my daughter's like, oh, the castle. Let's not do the show. So I never performed.
Oh,
it was terrible.
Man. Well, I'm sure they were very disappointed.
Yeah. So Tom, I understand your pen. Certainly, this does not compare to what you went through by any means. But I do understand your kids come first, and that is a noble thing. And you know, at the end of the day, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, "I did the right thing."
It does. It does. I mean, definitely leaves a bitter taste in my mouth because ultimately, my biggest thing is like, all right, are they going to watch this and say, okay, well, Dad, did you quit for us?
Right.
How did you? I mean, and I wish they knew. I wish they knew that I didn't quit, and no matter what, I would have always picked them before.
Yeah. Well, you would have won that thing. There's somebody very, counting their blessings that you had to exit because, I really think you really would have won this thing.
You know what? And it was definitely a huge goal and plan of mine. And ultimately, I did what I wanted to do.
Well, you gained some major publicity around the country. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's huge value in that. I can't imagine how popular your social media has become.
It is. It's freaking. I will say it's awesome. It's awesome to see the support from everybody and people you haven't even met. Or begun to know, and they just kind of came out of wherever and just reached out saying, hey, you don't know me, but you're doing awesome. Keep going. And
nice.
And it stinks too in the back of my mind constantly, like throughout the last 3 viewings of me on The Voice, to sit there and say, I wish everybody knew I was, because I knew. I mean, I knew in advance, and I wish everybody knew, and the amount of support where people are like, oh, you got this, like keep going, keep winning, and I'm like, oh, it's gut wrenching to kind of sit back and say, you have no idea what I had to do.
You're going through, What's the next step for you? What's the plan, Tom?
Well, I'm gonna keep writing music. I'm gonna try to keep putting music out. Obviously, that's a huge financial burden when it comes to putting music out. It's definitely it's fun to do. It's an awesome process. But finding the time, finding the money to be able to go head out back to Nashville and start throwing more songs out there, more music. And you know what? Ultimately, I got a great song that I wrote while in California. It started in 2021, but finished it in California, and I think that song could definitely make its mark.
Well, you're hot right now. I mean, you've got the opportunity right now. It seems.
Yeah, so I'm hoping at least 1, 2, 3 of my songs get out there, and who knows? All
right, well,
day by day.
Well, we're sorry to see you leave the program. It was great to watch you through all of it. Seeing Reba McEntire's reaction. I mean, we're talking legend status here. Icon. Mm-hmm. Her appreciation of you was incredible to see, and it's all cool. So good luck, and we hope something big comes out of all of this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and thanks for get me back on there.
All right,
Well,
Tom.
we'd love to have you if you're in the area. We'll have to have you in studio for a Christmas show coming up.
We do a Christmas show on Friday before Christmas that is enormous. It goes from 6 until noon. I'll have Andrew working out with you, and we'd love to have you come in. So, all right?
Cool.
All right,
well,
Tom.
thank you so much, you guys.
Great stuff. Thank you so much.
All right, best wishes, buddy.
All right, bye-bye now.
Thanks, bye.
Wow, that's so. Listen, you Megan is handling the phones for Davey, who went out. Did you hear about Tom there? Tom, the voice is. I think it's become one of the bigger shows that's on, and how that could launch his career from here. The fact that he's a New York State trooper, I think, is enormous for him. And who knows what could happen from here?
It's only one way to go is up, and I think the publicity from the shows. And sometimes you see people who win those shows go all the way and win those shows. It's kind of short-lived.
The ones who win don't always.
They get kind of bound and tied to a contract.
The ones who don't win are the ones who tend to do a little bit better. So, all right, I have some comments here to throw at you. Somebody, apparently, this was yesterday. Comets game was 7-0, not 4-0. That's Carol.
That was the website. Sorry about that.
Big Honey, do Bills fans actually listen to yourselves? Just calm down and try to build a competitive team for next year. No, Big Honey. I'm not done with this year. We're not done this year.
No, I mean, you played very competitively a very tough Philadelphia team, and I know that a loss is a loss, but you also have to look at all the positives that came out of that game. There were a lot of adversities that the Buffalo Bills had to face in that game.
They're playing Kansas City in 2 weeks, so win that game, and all of a sudden anything can happen. That's all I'm saying. Darlene in Sequoia, did you see this message? I
have,
and I don't know where we're going with this. I'm trying to. Oh, I see. Everybody was taking pictures. All right, that's cool. That's really nice, Darlene. FX in New Hartford. Maybe she will come out as a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader outfit, in a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader outfit for Andrew. You know what he's talking about? He's talking about, what's her name? Ellie Mae. And I'm trying to find Ellie Mae. Here it is. This is Ellie Mae. We received a voicemail this morning when we came in, and she's from Rome, and she's celebrating a birthday, and she loves Andrew. Here is Ellie Mae.
Hello. Hello, Bill, Andrew, and Davey. This is Ellie Mae. I live in Rome, and I was wondering if tomorrow morning at 7:15 you could wish me a happy birthday. I turn 86 years old on Tuesday, November 28th. I watch every morning on YouTube, and I think you guys are wonderful.
Yes.
I miss Jeff, but I do like Andrew because I think he's kind of hot. Andrew, you remind me of my ex-husband when he was much younger. God rest his soul.
God bless you.
I'll be listening tomorrow at 7. By the way, I'm also a big Buffalo Bills fan.
She's also a Bills
and
fan.
I'm afraid that terrible loss Sunday is the end for us.
Maybe you're right, Big Honey, after all.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye-bye. Goodbye, Andrew. Hugs and kisses.
She likes you.
Oh, boy.
She likes you.
Well, listen.
That's something special
What's not
right
to
there.
like? What's not to like?
Lance and Lee. I got a whole bunch from Lance and Lee. I'm going to try to squeeze in because he's been like, is anybody here? I don't know. This is something Manaski always took care of. Why is Lulapola using a public defender, Tim in Whitesboro? That is a great question. That's an awesome question.
I guess everybody has that right?
I guess. You don't have to meet a certain financial qualification?
I'm
or
not
anybody
sure how that
could.
works.
It's like, I'm going to use a public defender.
Maybe we'll look into that tomorrow.
Because I'm going to tell you, he has a pension. He was mayor for how long? And also, he's been a school teacher for 30 years or whatever. Why is Lulapola using a public defender? Very good question. John in New Hartford, since the district is no longer paying Karam $280,000 a year, they have at least that much to fund the lawsuit. Listen, this is a part of this. When Don Dawes yesterday said listen, he deserves his time in court. He deserves. He's not been convicted. If that was all it was, I guess I could see it. Number one, we're talking about grand larceny, stealing from one of the poorest school districts in all of New York State. Number two, there was an investigation done by an independent investigator who found the accusations made by two administrators claiming that he was harassing, created a horrible work and a dangerous work environment, called them racial slurs and sexual slurs and all sorts of stuff that we heard literally on secret audio tape recordings. I'd say you have that is enough to say, I'm sorry, Don Dawes and Bob Cardillo. You have enough to say it's time to go bye-bye. We're parting ways with Mr. Karam, and that should have been done unanimously. It wasn't. I would say, why would you want to support this guy at this point? After everything you know, why would you support him?
Well, to Don's response or his comment regarding opening up the district to a lawsuit, I mean, you could argue that keeping him in would potentially
correct. If
have
you're
the
one of
district
those,
face a lawsuit.
If you're the administrator that was being called the names, or the other one who was, or one of the people or residents or teachers being called fat or what have you, ugly, this, that, and the other thing. This is a school. You're not running a machine shop. That was my current comparison earlier. And Lance and Lee, I know you have a bunch, Lance. I got to get to them all. I really don't know how to use this website. But Lance says, when did Tripper start allowing beards? I wish I'd have asked that question.
I know.
Because he has a beard, Tom Nitti.
It was awesome when Disney allowed beards right after I left there when I was working there.
I will tell you this, something to keep in mind. You don't know how long he's had the beard. Because I know, for instance, if Andrew shaves on Wednesday, he has a beard on Friday.
More like, yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
You are hairy, man.
Yeah.
He can grow hair. Maybe Tom Nitty's the same way. I don't know. We'll come back with the rest of these tomorrow. I know there's some YouTube comments I'll get to tomorrow as well. Daylight Donuts, the official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program. Pumpkin lattes, cheesecake muffins, the pumpkin donuts, the apple cider donuts are still around, and it's holiday time. We'll tell you when you can get those snowflake rolls for your Christmas dinner. But right now, it's coffee, espresso, lattes, and a lightning-fast drive-through. You're in and out, and you're on your way. Catering, you can certainly cater through Daylight Donuts. Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Mello says no shave November. I didn't think about that.
A lot of people are doing that.
Very good point. And then one more. If you're looking for thank you, Rob, as well on that. No shave November. If you're looking for a great getaway for the weekend in your own backyard or maybe even inside your home, it's a spa from Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas. They have them on display in their new showroom located on Route 5. If you're heading towards Westmoreland from New Hartford, it's a brand new. They have a pool there, 2 pools indoors, along with about 8 or 9 spas that are just wonderful. If you want to check them out, it's all there. Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas at their new location, 8086 Seneca Turnpike. Technically, the address is Clinton if you were to GPS it, but it's right on the left-hand side as you're heading out towards Westmoreland on Route 5. Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas. Gotta go. News coming up top of the hour, then Kilmeade on WIBX.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX 950 Utica Rome, W295DI Utica Rome, your news, talk, and sports leader, a Town Square media station.
A ceasefire violation. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, which explains the black smoke seen rising over Gaza the last few hours. Israel blames Hamas.
They are reporting 3 separate explosions at 2 different locations in northern Gaza that injured a number of Israeli soldiers. They describe the injuries as light at this point, and they go on to say at one of the locations, Hamas militants opened fire on their forces, and they responded with live ammunition. Now, Hamas releasing a statement of their own, blaming the Israelis for violating the agreement.
That's Fox's Trey Inks. This happened on the first of a 2-day extension, with 20 more Israelis supposed to be set free in a swap for more Palestinian prisoners. Evan Gershkovich is going to be in jail for at least 2 more months in Russia after a court in Moscow extended the American journalist's detention. He's accused of being a spy, which the U.S. and the Wall Street Journal deny, demanding his release. Southeast Raleigh High School closed today in North Carolina. that after a 15-year-old student was stabbed in a fight in the gym and died, another student in custody.